Really on it right now. Okay. Type in the comment box, folks. Let us know where you're logging in from. Good afternoon to you. Jam in straight and here. Connect with the sources. Connect with the news. Every time, this is what Zimai is. We bring you to the sources. We bring you to the evidence, so you can interact with it. You can inspect it for yourself. There's no spoon feeding on Zimai. By the way, this news network, to those who might not know, was launched in 2007. That's way 2007. How many years is that back then? It's nearly 20 years ago. Okay. Right. And that time, that was still during the time of the Morgan Tsvangirai days. People will remember. Right, so we're waiting here for our guest. We're going to be starting straight away. Okay, are we all ready? Please tag for me Linda Masarira. Ndinvaitirewo mudzimai anaitwa Linda Masarira auye, because here we don't do gossip. Tinotaura, we bring the sources. Iyo zvauri uya masources achona iwawo, not gossip, not people talking on their own. No. Varidzi vachona venyaya, muridzi wenyaya wachona iye anofanira kunge ari panapa. We won't proceed if the sources are not here. No one is going to be accused. No one is going to be mentioned on this news network because of in their absence. Okay, so this is a news network. This is not a social media. Social media is very powerful these days. So it's given tools for people to speak, for people to say anything. And so almost anyone today calls themselves a journalist. It's great. It's great for people to interact. It's great for people to connect. And because that helps for freedom of expression. It helps for everyone to just, to be able at any point in time, without necessarily entering a newsroom, for you with your cell phone, even while you're in the bush, to just smash through. But quickly, so what happened is that during and around the time when the leader of the opposition, some people call him the leader of the opposition. I sometimes shift, and I don't call him leader. I actually call him national leader, because that is really, in fact, that is what Nelson Chamisa is. And he's someone who I've known since 1998, 1999, when they started the MDC party back then. And so what happened was he was being insulted sometime last week, and the statements that were being thrown around were that he is now finished. And around that time, Nelson Chamisa posted a message to say that he is now, he just posted a message encouraging his supporters. And so soon after that, there were insinuations that Chamisa is not going to make it. Chamisa is gone. Chamisa is finished. So an article was published around that time. The article had a cartoon character of certain people who have been a grouping of online bullies called Varakashi. It's a Zanu PF grouping, which was launched by Emerson Mnangagwa when he announced that people should go into social media. Indai muno varakasha, imomo social media. Pindai momo muno varakasha. And so this grouping that forms a lot, if not almost all Zanu PF members, because it's an order by their leader that they must engage in kurakasha. It is generally represented by about 6 people, 6 characters who are on a Zim Daily cartoon that was republished by the Zim I News Network. And so, the article had a man called Jonathan Moyo. It had Ruben Barwe. It had a few other people there, but it also had, in addition to Hopo Chingono, it had Linda Masarira there. It's a cartoon that was not done by Zimai, but around that, that article, and with that article, Linda Masarira then shared a tweet where she said that she's being falsely accused of being ZANU-PF. She has never been ZANU-PF. And she was extremely, extremely, extremely emotive about it. And she said that people are defaming her. And then soon after that, I understand that a tweet, I was tagged later on that a Twitter space was set up by some people who have been asking us many times to publish news or to publish things that they like here and there. And so these people raised multiple allegations. I mean, I lost my head lost count of the things that were being said about myself, about the news network that has brought multiple investigations to not just Zimbabwe, but to multiple countries. And so in that spaces, there were accusations that Linda Masarira is being falsely accused. And it was done by a man who I've never met, and is someone who my acquaintance with him goes back, it goes down to there's a date in 2023. So it's a date in 2023 when this man contacted me after and following my contributions that I always do about identity scammers and people who engage in fraud and multiple misrepresentations. And so he's just someone I've never met, and I've never had interests in meeting at all, or even in converging, or even having a conversation. But around 12th February 2023, I'm going to share this so people can just know what this is around. The reason I'm doing this, folks, and I'll be sharing these, some people call them V11s, is because there's an aspect of fraud, of identity fraud, that people well know that it is under investigation of the authorities. And it's not a small matter. Some people have thought that this is just social media, and there's a social media chat. My accusations are going to social media. But it's an investigation that is ongoing right now, and in multiple places. I cannot name it. I won't name. But those who want to study, they will know what is going on. And so I will be sharing this because there's a serious danger that there is an attempt to cover up identity fraud and money laundering. And also there's been bullying, online harassment of activists. People have been subjected to statements that are loaded with death themes. My statements anotaurwa ne the tag yekuti rufu. Iwewe mwana wako, your child could die, and someone even suggested that Chamisa's child could die. I don't know if these people have got children themselves, or if they don't have children, or if they have relatives, that they could use a child. Something that anyone knows that it's a crime. You do not use a child online at any time to subject a child, or even to suggest that a child could be hurt because of someone's political expression. To use a child as an object of scorn or torture, even at a suggestive level, is a crime. And so, folks, it's not a small thing. People should know. And so it is under this spirit that the concern has been. And those who live in Europe, you will know there are many aspects of this. What the law is, there's Child Protection the Child Protection Act is very clear about child abuse. So if you talk, if you communicate online in a way that could potentially subject children to fear, that could subject children, people who are minors, to a state where they could feel mentally abused, it's a crime. And also to threaten. You know, you can threaten people. A lot of people don't know this. It's great to do that because it's expressions. But if you use vana, and those people, some of you have even been saying mwana wa chamisa and all sorts. How do you do that? Yo, no mwana wako. Saka unofunga kuti iwewe kana wakada kuheta vamwe vana ivo vako havazobatwawo. Come on, you know, but whatever it is, I'm not going to go into any such talk. I'm just saying there should be humanity when people express themselves online. There should be a level, Yaguti, yes, you are not happy politically about something, but if you get into an arena where you want to make other people, particularly children, feel fearful online, and some of these people are ZANU-PF activists who have come crying before even online asking for assistance. Now, particularly like this man who contacted me on the 13th February. I'm looking at my dates. So 12th February 2023. I've got it on the screenshot here. I'm going to share it. So I'll put it on Twitter Space also so people can see it. An inbox message that I received back then. And so he once cried online saying his mother was subjected to abuse and the like. And people came to his support because people are human. A lot of people, Zimbabweans are not cruel. Zimbabweans will love people. And one thing about the Zimai News Network is that's what it is for. We're there to support anyone who's subjected to abuse. And so I mean, a lot of people found it unusual that characters who have asked for assistance before would want to cover up, I'm going to use the word cover up here, for someone who, or some activities that have been in the purpose of threatening citizens. And I didn't want to say this, and I'm hoping that Linda Masarira is now here, but people can see the statements that Linda Masarira has been making over the years, where she's falsely accused citizens of being trained in Serbia, trained in Zambia. She has also accused the US Embassy of offering her $2 million. $2 million in order to betray ZANU-PF or to, and you know, and many things that have led to people many times even being abused, physically abused. And so, folks, I think this is the spirit really under which, you know, the concern has been now. Okay, so what is this? What is this? Yes, people might not like so and so, but if you get to a level yekuti munenge mako abuse other people and you want other people to feel unworthy. And there was a time just before we get to Gilbert Yekaingiza. During the Robert Mugabe days, there was a certain Robert Mugabe bodyguard. People know him. He once sent me a threat. And do you know what I said to him? I said to him, you also have family. You own a family yako iwewe mdara iwewe. Ndakamudza inini. 2017, I was in Brussels. And I received a message. People know him. Anonzi Nguluwe. Do you know what? You know what? I that's all I said. And do you realize that this man, Pakaizweta Sports, he was the first kubuda akazvimba musoro so. And this is I'm not rejoicing. But akaburwa kuti zvekutamba nevakomana. Saka ndiri kukuudzaika varakashi. itai zvinhu zvenyu handitika mukaharasa mukafumura nhingi nanhingi nanhingi musazosvika palevel yekuthreatena violence kana kushurukidzira violence, because violence ka haina munhu haina monopoly sekutaurwa kwazvaitwa navana chamisa. Hakuna munhu ane monopoly of violence. Inini right now, if I start violence on someone, what stops someone else from attacking me? Teach no stop. Zvandiri kutaura, what I've said it to Auxilia Mnangagwa herself. Ndakamuudza inini. If you remember when I spoke to her that time, and I was playing stupid when she was talking to me because she was trying to control the conversation. And I was telling her, look, you are watching Mary Chiwenga, your own muningina, achidona my body parts. And you're going around the world. Uchitamba hopo chingono uchuwina ma awards. The meaning ma awards, time she had won an award in India. And then she called me on video. And she was demanding that I should say, Makorokoteka Mama win award. That is what she was saying to me that time. I said to her, look, why should I say Ndogutrewa win award iwewe while you are watching another mother and someone muningina wako iwewe, another human being? Nyangwe Mary akashata say, you are allowing another woman to be denied medical attention. The same medical assistance that you folks financed Constantino to be treated in China. You are denying Mary simply because you want Mary and Constantino to become enemies. You are cooking your lies to feeding your content through Shingika Ondera and all these people so that Mary looks like a demon, because you want Chiwenga to get confused and do on Mary what he did to Jocelyn, his previous wife, because you know his mindset, you know his weaknesses. And so far you've achieved, and you are happy going around winning awards. So you know what? I then said to Auxilia, violence ya murikuita kuna Mary yoi, next time it will be you, because no one owns this world. Hakuna munhu who owns this world. Ndakataura inini. And I said, these were my words, I said, even Biden, how many remember? I said, even Biden, here. And I said, even Putin had not, that time, he had not experienced bongozozo rakazoitika area. And this is profit, I'm not a prophet. But there are certain things that I know, certain things that are spiritual, certain things that are scientific about this planet. But if you do cruelty on another, the earth has a way of coming back. The earth itself can open up and you get swallowed. If you are cruel, if you become cruel to the other human being, you know, David Coulthard said same statements at Job Sikala's book launch in Bulawayo. And he said the same thing. We in Rhodesia, the Rhodesia Special Branch was so cruel. This is what they did. They caused chaos. But the same people, look at them today. So that is what happens. Varakashi. We know that you love ZANU-PF. Some of you love ZANU-PF from the heart. Some of you love ZANU-PF and Mnangagwa from the heart. Some of you are just doing it so that you can get favors or you are protected from prosecution. But itai zvinhu zvenyu zvine a measure. Mukaita zvinhu kamuchienderera and you cause mukaita cruelty on another human being. Zvinotongodzoka chete. Saka zvinhu zviri kuitwa izvinana Rudo Zobho, vasikana vana hot seat vachiita izvo zvizvi. Nyangwe uri ZANU-PF, inini ZANU-PF yandinoziva inini ZANU-PF yandinoziva is democratic. I've met some amazing ZANU-PF people. I love sitting down, eating with them, learning history. They're amazing people. But there's a certain crop of ZANU-PF that was fed. No, it's true. Some people are laughing at me. They are amazing people in ZANU-PF. There are people who are not cruel. But there is a crop yava perverted near the Rhodesia Special Branch. right? And the Rhodesia Special Branch, what it wanted black people to end up acting foolish, diabolic, and violent, so that everything that the black man has built becomes destroyed. The same way that the Aborigines of Australia today, even their population is dwindling. The Aborigines of New Zealand, the Aborigines of Canada, the black people of these countries, the black people of South Africa, if you look at them, many of them, they're so chaotic. Why? Because mupambe pfumi akagara pasi akaronga tsoro yekuti munhu mutema must never build anything. Be very careful, blacks, you my black brothers and sisters in Zanu PF, because you destroy project yanga yakanaka. Zanu PF, ZAPU, ZIPRA, and ZANLA. The original concept was democratic. It was built on Ubuntu and service for humanity. But you folks have allowed foreigners to destroy it. And right now, where are you? All right, let's just assume Chamisa. Let's just assume every other opposition person gets out. Let's assume all of us just quit. And you know what? People like myself can easily quit, because one thing about me, I'm not coming back to Zimbabwe anytime soon. And sina basa nayo Zimbabwe kuti ndikatotsika kuZimbabwe. Ndagara ndiriko kuZimbabwe. Apana kundeipi kona yanisiri kuZimbabwe. Kana mstate house machina ndirimo nasi. So I'm not interested anymore. But let's just assume everyone just quits. Every critic quits Zimbabwe. Tumosara muinayo Zimbabwe yacho. Chii chamuchavaka. Aiwa, ndoda kuvunza kuti, what is it that you're going to build? Because right now is also, if you look at it, you folks, what did you do? Makaita, you deployed soldiers on 1 August when Chamisa had won the elections. You deployed soldiers. You killed ZANU-PF members. You didn't kill any of Chamisa's people, by the way. I think if there's anyone who could Chamisa, it might have been only one person. You killed your own ZANU-PF members and you lied that these are Chamisa's people, and also that Chamisa's people are the ones who killed Chamisa's people. Chiwenga said that to me, that Chamisa is the one who has offloaded the bullets. You saw it on live video on 2 August. So now, this being the case, folks, Maita says, right, you have shot people, you have displaced Chamisa, you've removed Chamisa, then you set up a fake commission, you blew hundreds of thousands of precious taxpayer money on a lying commission called Motlante, that you knew you had already made conclusions. And according to the Ministry of Finance, on 1 August, you blew 16 billion, 16 bidza on 1 August alone, killing people that you blew. This is the Ministry of Finance data. It's not Zimai data. It's Mtuli Ministry of Finance data, economic data that was read out on the Motlante Commission. So it's money that you folks blew. And then now, Makazita on 1 August 2018, 2019, Makashanda na opo chingono to spy on the civil society, to spy on the safe houses. And you went and you hunted down the raped women, the tortured people, kuma safe houses everywhere. You did that. These are the same safe houses that housed Vana Victor Matimadanda, Navana Mahia. Just a year before, they're the same safe houses that had housed you, protecting you from Mugabe. Now you go and you destroy those safe houses with the help of Hopo Chingono, getting data, getting ideas. Muchita is also 2019, 2020. 2021, 2022, 2023, during that whole period. Chamisa is not there. You took Chamisa's Harvest House building. You helped Thokozani Kupe, the first Fadzaima area, Thokozani Kupe. You took away Harvest House from him. You took away his bank accounts, and Chamisa became useless. 2019, 2020 makatora building and you gave it to Cooper and Wanzora. After that, Chamisa comes back by my elections. He starts another party. You took it again. This time you planted more people. And right now you've planned to take away Chamisa's members. Some you have to Chabangu, others to Vadzai Maher. All right, fine. Chamisa aja resign, aja siena nazo. Okusiyai, chicha muchavaka. We want to see one tuck shop that will function in Zimbabwe. Right now, all these companies are shutting down. Chama wina chiko. 7, I see 7 years, 8 years now. 7 years. Matadza kungo ito chino chino functiona, currency inongo functiona also, ma systems anongo functiona zvakanaka. Everything is all about plotting. Who are we going to kill? Aiwaka, boys reku CIO, uyai panapa. Boys reku fast, uyai panapa video. Vate gay. Munovaziva vanhu veku Zanu. Vate gay, uyai panapa titaura. Chama achiva chi. Mamuvisa, alright, mamuvisa Chamisa. Mavaunza vanalinda Masarira'S vanana mahere mavapinza apapa. Alright. Tiratidzei one tuck shop. Anditi sofa mapuwa 7 years. Chichama chamaita chashanda. Saka murikuona kuti murikufamba muscript remupambe pfumi. Mupambe pfumi haadi kuti munhu mutema akwanise kurana nyika yake. I did gold mafia for you. Ndakakuratidzai kuti hapana kana one munhu mutema ari mudocumentary memuya. Hapana kana one munhu mutema ari kudya goridhe. Even Scott na Hubert havasi kudya. Vari kutotsvaka mabribe from goridhe. Hapana kana one murungu. And muforeigner futi murungu wacho. Ndiye ari kudya. I was saddened. Someone called me and said to me, Simba, a certain a white Zimbabwean called me, Simba, I want to take you to Dubai. There is a market where Zimbabwe's diamonds are being traded. You need to come and see for yourself. And so I was told that in this market, there are no Zimbabweans at all. This white Zimbabwean told me, even I myself, as a white, even though I am white, as long as I'm Zimbabwean, I can't even enter there, but I just want you to come and see, Simba. Why? Imagine that our market of diamonds, the people who are determining our prices, are foreign white people. That is where the real power is. The real power is not in politics and killing each other. It's where the money is. But we're not bothered. No single Zimbabwean ever called me after Data Gold Mafia to come and ask me, Simba, how do we recover this money? No one has. Even you guys, mnenge muchiti, hey, kwa geza, hey, kwa ningi, murungu ita noise on social media, but you are not interested in the money, in the power. I've got the addresses. I can show you. I can show you how to recover the money. Maria kautopinda ma bank accounts menyu, mukatonakigwa. Until those ndakashanda 7 years. 7 years. 3 years ndrindega. And then 4 years later on, ndane boys rekwa Al Jazeera. Hamusi interested in the real power. Mungori concerned nekuda kungoita sei? Nekuda kungokwadza amwe vanhu abiyenyu. Anu atema. Wisdom ereyo. Wisdom ere. Muchimhanya muchingotaura ningapuwa mari ndiyo power ereyo. Alright, inini alright wombondifumura kuti ndazodai. Chicha wawana iwewe. Kana $100 checha Zanu pay haina kukupa. Weeknero hana kukupa. Sorry folks, I've gone on a tangent. I'm going to go down now, and then we'll go straight into our Gilbert Kaingidza matter. I looked at it. Mudara wangu uyu Ruben Barwe. If you look at the money that he was given, some of you were saying, clapping hands, hey, Wicknero has helped Ruben Barwe. Ruben Barwe now has 200,000. 200,000. No, it's 100,000 US. And then the car is worth 130,000. Am I correct? Right? If you take that money, right, even Tomboti 200,000, 230,000. If you divide that, Ruben Barwe is nearly 70 years old. He's the age of my father. And you divide that money by 7, by the 45 years Ruben Barwe has been working for the government and for ZBC. You see that Ruben Barwe has not even been given 400 US. That's an insult. Wicknell did not give Ruben Barwe any money. Kana. And yet Wicknell forced Ruben Barwe to go on a video and say, thank you, thank you. Imagine Mudara Gatasa Ruben Barwe, who has worked hard, who has risked his life, being paid 360 US by Wicknell. His own money. It's not even a salary, it's not even an allowance per month. And you folks are clapping hands and you tell me things are normal. And then you are busy every time. Chamisa is the problem. Chamisa is the problem. And yet you are muhunapwa. You're clapping hands for someone who was in Chukurubi maximum prison. Someone akajiga Marima gets. Anyway, let me just get to. So anyway, this is the background, folks. Sometime just before I start on Gilbert, is Linda here now? But say when Linda Ngawi, got I repon a ghost account. Come on, pin the ghosters, nice sister. Pana 11 were my ghosters, banaba. They ma we can nice Linda Maya Sotaura. Linda said the US embassy offered a 2 million to betray Zanu PF, and then she says she's not Zanu PF. Yeah. Yeah, so quickly. Sometime in on 12. Just putting this together, folks. You know, I'm an investigator, so I'm a little bit slow. Forgive me. Many times you rarely see me on video or coming blah blah blah. Yeah, I was contacted, as I said before, on 12th February 2023. I was contacted by a man called Hulu. I'm not going to mention his surname for now. I don't think it's going to be necessary. But I do think if things get worse, I might have to go full blown in terms of disclosure. Because you see, what people don't get to understand is the severity of certain disclosures here, certain activities. You can do things online, but if you're now dabbling in the area, your crime, it's not a small thing. And so he contacted me, and I can actually read the message here quickly. So that was on 12th February, and invited me to join a space on 12th February 2023. That was to my inbox. And then on 15 June, it was 2 months before elections, he sent me a message and said, hello, Simba, I heard you were in GC. I was wondering what GC is. I think it must be General Chat. Okay, this morning, I was there earlier, and when they invited me to be a co-host, I've been informed you were raising good points about Hopewell. Would it be okay if I open a space in which you can guide me on the discussion elements? Then it continued on and on and on. So anyone wants to see this, I can send you. I'll just post it here. And so ever since then, I became a guest. I would be invited, and we would have conversations. I converse with anyone, as you all know. I don't discriminate against anyone, even people who I have not approved of, because I treat every Zimbabwean as human, and I believe every Zimbabwean has got a heart to change their country. And so what I was sharing with them also, it's something that it's not my investigation. Now, contrary to what some people have been saying, this is what you don't get. So a man who is called Hopo Chingono was not exposed by Simba Chikanza. He was exposed by Al Jazeera employees. Okay, first and foremost, the first correspondent of Al Jazeera in Zimbabwe in 2007. When was that? How many years was that back? 18 years ago. Exposed Hopo Chingono back then over things that are now being confirmed, have now been confirmed with evidence, have now also been confirmed even by him, that he has been falsifying, that he obtained a police clearance by the and from the British Embassy over his multiple identities, and also the money that he used to buy his first home. A claim that he uses to tell people to keep quiet and not ask him questions because they don't have title deeds or a fully paid home. And so it's an investigation that I didn't do. Okay, I only played a small part, which was part of my responsibility under UK and under journalism law, and also under money laundering laws. And when there is disclosure over cover up of the origins of money, you have to play your part, and you should not participate in any form of concealment. Now, those who want to learn a little bit about this, you can just type and Google the term concealment, kuvanza. Okay, so wherever anyone, even if that money is $10, okay, if you participate in helping to cover up, you could use your social media account to help to cover up money. Right, folks, sports, and you should know now. I think people have seen many cases. We have had the Puff Daddy case in America. There have been many cases where money launderers have been implicated. So their responsibilities, and so I played my part. And I was also asked by Hopo Chingono's former employer, Jeff Nyarota, to help to complete his investigation. And Nyarota, before he died, he wrote to me after he had published in the Newsday website, and people can Google this. If you type right now, type the text, "Journalism rarely produces excessive wealth." So type it, please, those who are interested in knowing this. And so Jeff Nyarota published this article in 2021. And at that time, I did not know much about Hopo Chingono. I knew bits and pieces. And because he was someone who was getting arrested and rearrested at that time, I was just supportive. And I think people many times would see me coming on video, even crying for him. Because anyone who I just believe who is being subjected to abuse, I just believe. But then around that time also, a ZimI contributor who is called Grace Mupfurutsa, and she was accused by Hopo Chingono of having been sent by the CIO. Again, I didn't immediately investigate. I only discovered later, after Jeff Nyarota's article and a few other disclosures, that there's something serious here that people are not being told, things that people are hiding. And so I decided to start digging further from 2022. And so that is around the time when I traveled to Zambia. I met some people there in Zambia in September 2022. And one of the gentlemen that I met there is an old friend of Hopo Chingono of over 20 years. And I saw physical evidence, folks, and that evidence is part of what you see in the documentary, the Gatwick Airport hacking documentary. And it is astounding evidence. It helps for people to know the foundations or the background to a character that is using skills he learned in journalism to cover up serious wrongdoing, including identity fraud. And I start by the fraudulent claim that the British Embassy did a police clearance on his name. Something that is impossible, and no one has ever had that done to them. But anyway, quickly, I think people would have noticed, even ever since I exposed this, Opochimono does not post anything about the British Embassy anymore. The reason is because the authorities are now they're not sleeping, and they've seen now the damage to what he's doing, and certain things are happening. So I have to also tell people that this is really that serious. I see social media. Very hard. Someone making misrepresentations about a British embassy and about a police force, that a police force cleared him, is not a small thing. So quickly, around that time when Hulu contacted me, I decided, okay, I would engage in these conversations. I've had these conversations with multiple ZANU PF people, multiple, not one person. I've had conversations with George Charamba, all sorts. I do not discriminate because someone is ZANU PF, as long as a matter is it relates to criminal or suspected criminal activity at the least. Yeah, I have to discuss the same way I discuss matters relating to other wrongdoers in society. So quickly, I then so we continued conversing, and I discovered that he was interested in these things, in these matters. But later on, what happened was sometime this year, he asked from around January that I would allow him to be a co-host on Zimai. And then he later on asked that I accommodate a woman who I've always suspected. Her name is Rudo Zobo. I've always suspected her to be not so responsible. I've always suspected her character for a long time, for years. I've got high respect for the Zobo family. They are people that I've known since I was growing up. But this was a totally different type of Zobo, I think. And so along the way, what happened was she started collaborating and would be getting messages here and there. And she even told me, and this is on recording, by the way, it's on record, that she was being sent to ask me questions or some sort of engagement. And during the time when she had announced while co-hosting that she knows and she can vouch for Opochimono's character. And so around that time, I think people would remember she dropped a lot of people, including Salani, on a space when Opochimono was being discussed. It's a public record. The recording is there. And then I brought back Salani because, there were things that she was bringing that were important for the subjects over the topic. And to be frank, I was accurate on that. There were things in there that were important. And then when I tried to follow up on the rest of that detail that she promised, because she said that she can vouch, and I asked her, look, what is the follow-up? Because you're going to have to account to Zimbabweans and to our subscribers about what you said, and you can vouch for. And so it was then that I discovered that she was not willing to go further and to come back and be accountable for statements that she had made. So we tend on the news network to give people co-hosting. Co-hosting does not mean a person is associated with Zimai in any way. Okay, it's just co-hosting. And by the way, people should know Zimai is a company. It is a news network, and we are the leading investigative news channel, not just in Zimbabwe, but on the continent in Africa. And we have a responsibility also to account for whoever here and there, even though a person was just co-hosting on a social media account that has got to the tag Rekutizimai. And so there's a matter of accountability. There's an aspect of the law relating to data protection. So we have to inform the public about individuals that we have found that could potentially cause harm to the public. And in this particular case, she was making statements that were harassing news sources, what she was telling people that, even making suggestions that people would lose their kids. And that is not a small thing. Even if she had not co-hosted or had some co-hosting here and there historically, we would have still gone after her to interview her, the same way that we've done so many other people, even in Zimbabwe, everywhere, anywhere, because yeah, it's all about social responsibility and our pursuit to have a fair and a safe community. And these obligations are even way more serious in Europe and in the United Kingdom. And it even gets way more serious when it now relates to collaboration with someone or some people who have exhibited behavior that can only be termed identity fraud, or at the least identity fraud. But in essence, it is even fraud. Fraud using journalism is not a small thing. Someone who is abusing journalism to lie that they obtained police clearance, someone who's using their journalistic activities to portray themselves as if they obtained police clearance, and they have got multiple identity cards. And so it's not a small thing. It then behoves us to be responsible now, to account to the public and say, look, we have noticed that there was someone here going around and they were saying they were so and so and so. And then, we've discovered that they're not. And the same thing that I've done on Hopo Chimono himself. And why I have taken Al Jazeera Media Network to court over accommodating a man like him on my work. It is the pursuit is to protect news sources, because Hopo Chimono has proven on multiple times to be an abuser of data and an abuser of people. Am I wrong? If anyone has got a question, please let me know. And that is on my job that I invested money into. So on my own projects that I put in money. And and so I also have a responsibility there to the authorities in Britain, in Europe, and in the world to account for how on earth a man who has got 3 identity cards, a man who has been lying that they were police cleared by the British Embassy, I allowed such a person who could potentially, and evidence as shown here, has been consistently abusing news sources, exposing news sources to hurt, like what he has been doing, falsely accusing news sources of tension with the army, tension with this, tension with so and so, like he even states so. So it's my responsibility now to also protect you people, our Zimbabweans, because one day you will contact such a character on the basis that they're associated with Simba Chikanza. And then you trust such a person. Now, if your data has been abused, and your data has actually been abused, it's a fact. In the last 6 years, your data, Zimbabweans, has been abused by Hopo Chimono to hurt you. It's a fact. And that's why you're here where you are. He abused your data, your names, He abused you, especially those who got tortured, those whose addresses were given to the army. Their doctor was given, their phone number was given to the army. In events that led Nelson Chamisa, ended up having Nelson Chamisa having to resign from his own party. And then after that, the same person would later on pop out and then say, Chamisa is this, Chamisa did this, when he is actually the one who's caused the violence himself, using journalism. So he's someone who has been constantly and persistently abusing the data of members of the public, abusing the journalism profession. Now, he could have done it elsewhere where I'm not, but because he did it on my gig, on my investments, where I invested, I have a legal responsibility to account to the public. So I'm just letting people know, because of this, that's why authorities are working on this. It's not a small thing. So it's in this spirit now that I'm demanding accountability from all these people. They have to be fact-checked. And so when I discovered that, I then notified, look, that you will never, she asked me, oh, please, I want to co-host. Are you now removing me from co-hosting? I just don't know. I don't understand certain people. I don't understand how they think, that they find it normal. I don't know why they're so agitated. And I think those who have been on Spaces did notice that even in the last week, she was even asking, I want to co-host. Why did you remove me? And it's just weird. So you want to co-host so that you can tell people that their children will be killed? Yeah, forgive me. But that's what she told Shepherd Judah. That's what she told him. She suggested even that another child one day could be killed. So yeah, how do we accommodate characters like that? How do we accommodate people like that? Surely, tell me, what's our role? So it's in that light that, look, these matters are being done, but there's more folks on this and relating to the other matters, and as I was telling you, the events of last year were very clear. And by the way, I just wanted to stress here, if anyone got confused by some statements that were being flown around, there were two airports in 2024 that Hopo Chingono was behind, encouraging people to violate airport security. Heathrow Airport was on 26 to 29 April. He made posts encouraging that violation. And this is evidence that is there online. You see it in the documentary. And the person who was there, who tried to enter United Kingdom, is Felicitas Murata Maititi, who is the girlfriend and also the client of a man called Kudzaise Chipadza, who is part of the cartel Hopo Chingono E. And so that was in April. And then 26 August 2024 was another incident relating to attempted hacking of Gatwick Airport by a woman called Jennifer Banyure. I noticed yesterday someone was trying to twist the data, and yet, of course, this is all online. People can easily, just with a mouse click, you find the data. It's factual. It is in the public domain. There's nothing to delete. It's just there. And because it's video, there's CCTV evidence also there. So everything is there for people to just peruse. And you're talking about social media. You're talking about something that is that is now in the hands of Maofis Makuru. And so The woman is called Jennifer Banyure, a friend of Opo Chimono's, a female friend who also changed her name in the year that Opo changed his own name, 2001. And she had tried to rob a British citizen's property using her other name that she changed in the same year that Opo Chimono changed his own name. And then she was also doing this in Opo Chimono's name, and she was using statements that were made by Opo Chimono, that were communicated by Opo Chimono to her. And so, yeah, only to be exposed before and almost there before she was about to do it. And when she tried to go to court using to obtain this property using a fake name, and she was exposed. It's just to show how these identity scammers and fraudsters took advantage of the British justice system or certain weaknesses in the database of the immigration system. And yeah, she was about to walk away with £1 million property from a British citizen's estate. And so, yeah, this is how deep this Opo Chimono scam is. It's not a small scam. When people see Opo Chimono screaming at Chamisa, anything, it's like Chamisa, this, Chamisa Zodai, anything, Chamisa. Watch the documentary, because the documentary tells you Mavambo Hachu. But folks, we're about to start right now. Where is this all coming from? It's coming from a spirit. Yeah, it's coming from a certain source, a certain seed. Yeah, imwe seed so ingoripo ndokwa zviri kubva. Right, we're gonna start, folks. But I also just wonder, do people really love their country? Do you love your country? Do you love your people? Do you love progress? Or what? Or munongofarira izvozvizvo ngoramba vanhu maZimbabwe tichingotambura, vanhu vachingorwarwa, zvichingokungotukana kungobvonyongodza. Akomanda, when you have the richest country on earth, the country that made Elon Musk the richest man in the world, and the people, you are still busy muchingoita hurakashi, instead of us tichironga masports emari panapa pasocial media, atingachitotaura zvematechnology zvana AI zvana chii that, you know, uye colleague wangu uyo Masiwa is doing right now. Atingachitoita zvinhu zvakadaro tichitomhanyisa zvinhu, akomana. And muchiri mungofighta over petty politics from a tiny country called Zimbabwe. Inizondinetsa inini. MaZimbabweans, apa muri kuita settle for macraps. Scraps amunopiwa na weakness muchifunga kuti uri kupfumiswa na weakness. Anyway, here we go.
Gilbert Kaingidza. Linda Masarira was on a Spaces last night on the 19th of July, where she accused me of paying you to accuse her of being Zanu PF. And she stated categorically and many times so repeatedly suggestions that I have paid you. Can you respond to that? And maybe can you also validate your previous assertions and statements that you've made? Have I paid you at any time? And if I did, when?
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Chikanza, for inviting me to your space to clarify this issue. For starters, Simba, I've known you through her. I have known you through her.
So you're saying you didn't know me before? You didn't know me?
No, I never knew you. I never knew you. Simba Chikanza. I've never knew you before. And then I'm a professional truck driver, and I was never bothered about what goes down in Zimbabwe, media, whatever. No, I was never bothered about that. I didn't even know the channels of how things are done politically. But I knew everything, including you, through her.
Okay, I'm listening.
We spent, she came to South Africa, Garanai 2-3 weeks, and 2-3 weeks in South Africa. And that's when she introduced me to you over the phone.
Right.
No, these are people from Zim. These are journalists. This is this other guy, lawyer. This is my coupe, and this is quite a lot of people. She used to introduce me to all these people. Whenever she's talking, she's doing her business. She will talk. I mean, we were together in the truck. We are 2 people in a car. One does the this is Nengi. This is Nengi. And Danisha Kat. Oh, okay. So akandiudza akanditi urikuona ava vanhu vangu uyu Simba munhu wangu kana ndiri chida kubatsirika nezvo ABCD ndo vanondibatsira. And then after a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, akabva andisendera a bulk of numbers dzandakangonzi media dzaidosvika kuma 100 numbers dzakandipa akanditi, in case of anything, keep these numbers, you can contact these people, including your number. You know. But then the first encounter, when you contacted me, was when we had a fight in Zim, and there was news that was circulating about me and her fighting, me being arrested, and then you phoned on her phone, and then she gave me the phone to clarify the facts. That's when you started talking to me.
Okay. So.
Right. So from how we spoke, takataura nyaya zvaitika ndiri ku Mount Darwin, ku court, and you only wanted to hear the facts so that you can make your article and make the news. But we never spoke of any friendship. I don't have a friendship with you, Simba. But then, you paid me. I don't understand. Where did you pay me? Because I've never had a friendship with you, and I don't have a friendship with anybody. I've never been paid by anybody in my whole life. It's now Shanda. And it's sad number Badara Mari in the moon. It's now Shanda. Maria and Badar was so far ever since I started working when I was 16. Mariana Badar in the Shanda. Takatanga Gazra Mutka fashion for Hatfield. Daishanda Novanapoa Mari. I went to Chirezi, Daishanda Novanapoa Mari. I stayed in Chirezi in the gun with hunting. Kokwe, Kariba, Daibata Mari Ndikashanda. And Sana Mupua Mari Gunzi in Jitri Jagat Ndupe Mari. I've never received any cent from anybody for doing anything. For doing nothing, I mean sorry. So could you Mr. Chikanza Makani Batra Mari Kuti Tauri Kutudi, I don't understand. And this is because I'm not into politics to understand how people can be paid. I and this type, I'm a very principled man. I'm not used by anybody to say things that I don't know. I don't do that. And this is character. And I'll pay you. There's no one who can ever do that in my whole life. And nobody's ever done that. Even in the future, there's no one who can come and tell me to talk about this and this and this. Then we pay you. And then we want to accept. I don't do that. That's not me. That's not Gilbert Gangism. That's not me. And this is easily. No, I don't. The only money that Simba you gave me was just recently. Last year. But I'm to Sivana Chitaura Manje last year. Ndiri Zambia. Ndakatuudza Simba ndasvikirwa nerufu. Ndikakutsanangurira kuti paitika rufu rwakadai. Mai vangu vakashayika, and you know about it. And you even wrote an article about it. And you gave me $50, which was 1,100 kwacha. Ndakatitora ndiri kumufulira. Ndiri kumukambo. $50. Yechema ndo yakandipa rawangu nematambudziko. Just recently. So I don't know whatever she's talking about. Talking about that she's Zanu PF. But yes, she is Zanu PF. She is Zanu PF, not by you telling me or by anyone telling me or by her friends. No, she is Zanu PF. During the time that I was with her, I mean, she used to make calls to the president himself. She used to phone the president himself. She used to phone Wanatunga Mnangagwa, the Wanawama Church, Wariko Accounts Department, Wanawama Church. Ndifungurika na public into waziva ni Wanawama Church, Wariko Accounts Department. She used to call them there and get money. She used to call almost everyone. I mean, look, in Zanu PF, when Paul Mangwana was my close confidence, CDG, Vasbanda, CIO Director General, she calls them, she talks to them. You know, she talks to almost 99% of every Zanu PF.
So Gilbert Kaingidza, Linda Masarira.
Yeah, folks. Where's Linda? Linda, we are the panel. Shagreuka Linda, please. Aripo ere Linda. Apindureo because I school bit my allegations. Inina andite zmakuaga. Indota zuziri, you know, nakutipana pamuna I respond yo kuti chok manyepo ere anzadzi ngavauye. Kana vasiri comfortable ne tinogona kuisa ma-co-hosts ekuzano apa patinokuisa mwanhu tivaisa ma-co-hosts panapa tinogona kuisa even anonzani kwauya marapira tinogona kuisa marapira as a co-host so that maybe people feel comfortable. Kana kuti signoro nditsvagireo kalinda muvaudzanzvadzi kuti vauye toda kuti munhu anyatso feel comfortable because I know sometimes maybe people might feel that they won't be represented. Inini I can take a step back. Signoro, uyai signor. Ndada kuti inini tikwanise kuti where is Linda here? Where is she? We can put some co-hosts here, maybe Wekuzan. Signor, are you ready, or maybe you're too busy? I was hoping that we could just have let's have people here who maybe she can feel comfortable with, and then I can actually take a step back and let her speak what she wants. Ataure anoda miraitone kuti how do we bring her? Signor, are you in? Okay. Hi, Signor.
Hi, Simba. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. I was wondering, can I make you co-host? Maybe do you think that can encourage her to speak? Or do you want me, or shall I make someone from Zanu PF? Because I can invite maybe someone way more senior in Zanu PF, right? Or maybe someone even from her own party to come through, and we make them my co-hosts. Because that's what we do. We don't want people to feel out of place, and I can take a step back. I can even put whoever it is, right? Kuti vauye paningi panapa vatoita take over the entire space. And I can just be either kuma listeners or something, and because she needs to speak up, and because we don't want Signor One kuti muno afile out of place, and also I don't want to falsely accuse someone, and I think it's unfair for this space to even end. Linda Asati Ataura, I don't do such things. She has to be here to respond. Otherwise, the space won't be balanced.
I could try to get hold of you. I haven't been in touch some time now. But are you facing challenges?
Zvikunetsa kuvainvita because havasikuuya vanzvadzi. Like you heard her yesterday, she was saying that she avoids me for a long time. And I mean, look, I don't mind for people to avoid me, but what I think I would not be happy is for her to be accused without balance. I think it won't be right. And I would like her also to answer to my transfers that I and my staff and our contributors, money that has been sent to her, numbering thousands of pounds, okay, including money. This is money that I used from my own pocket, okay, So ndaida kuti apindure kuti haana kureceive mari from me here. So if she accuses me of paying her husband, how come it is that the person that I actually paid is her? So do you see what I mean? It's a bit of a paradox, right, signor? Kuti munhu wandakapa mari inini akuti ndakabhadhara murume wake iye ariyo wandakatobhadhara mati iye ariyo wandakatobhadhara wachona. Saka zvekutoti maybe it should be Gilbert we should be saying simba wakabhadharire mukadzi wangu wakatenga mukadzi wangu.
Okay, let me give you a try, but
yeah.
I saw your invitation because I won't be able to, especially when she comes, because
many issues.
No. Ndozovhura hombe which involves Tinder and because on it. So
right.
Let me try to get rid of your hand. You know my issues now, but you know, good reference for on my contacts here. Yeah, my contacts.
Right.
Because panel contact here, and I got people on Linda, which you know can be a very big issue. But anyway, let me just try to get all of her and see if she can come.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really important. Because you know, because you know what, you never know. Maybe those accusations that she was saying, maybe they were also true. Maybe the things that she was saying, she was offered 2 million. Maybe they were true. Yeah. Maybe chokwadi.
You know what I know.
Mm-hmm.
Linda is a regime apologist. What I know, she's refused numerous times. Would I say an offer for a visa?
Mm-hmm.
So that she's down like that. That's the least I can say about Linda. She's not apologetic. I didn't get any my British, my Americans.
You mean akanyimwa? Did you say akanyimwa visa?
Akaramba.
Iye akatoramba visa racho kana kuti akarambwa?
Akaramba.
Okay.
Because
so are you saying kuti ma British nema Americans vaitoinda kwaari vachitomuti toda kukupa visa tora?
No, I'm about to say, you know, activists and such people, they can be invited for seminars and stuff like that. So it can't just be a random invitation if it has to be something. But like I said, it's better actually down like, but not good going away. Remember, they also want content. So, you know, activists. And you know, these people, they know us, they listen. So along the lines, I think they wanted it to attend a conference or something several times. She refused. I mean, all I'm saying, she's a regime apologist. She's not a regime apologist. She doesn't care. She doesn't want. She's made actually utterances to that effect. So not so much to say zvingangolaro. Ko 2 million kana paine chikonzero.
But signor inogona kunge chiri chokwadi maibata chinonge chiri chokwadi dai vauya vanyatsotsigira munhu anogona kunge akato anga achipiwawo mari svinu but do you know another note ndaicheka masalary yavanhu kuembassy US embassy kokuye nekubritish embassy munondudza imimi kuti munhu anotambira less than 3,000 angazoburitsa 1 million 2 million kuna abiedu chokwadi? Is it possible? Pamwebi chokwadi?
It depends.
Munhu anotambira less than 2,000. Do you know how much a person no British embassy is paid?
No, it's not so much about that, it depends on what. If you are invited, just look at it this way. If you are invited to give a presentation, it means there's mileage yavarikuda. Maybe they're doing a case study about Zimbabwe. That's very possible. So the value, it's not, you can't calculate it that way, but running watch because remember, these people are researching and all that, and Zimbabwe is a case study for many things as we speak right now. So, but of course, running go an opportunity to go to human rights seminar or something like that as an example, then they offer you a visa and traveling allowance and all that. So that's the party and in that one I remember we used to talk a lot, Nalinda. She's rejected. In fact, some people here can attest to that. She used to write articles not once about that, you know. So but I'm on the issue here, the value is what determines, not I remember there's one lady.
My brother, this is interesting. This is really interesting.
What's interesting? I remember one lady.
Because pane imwe ex boyfriend yalinda yandakatobatsira inini kuti apinde mubritain let me tell you saka pane zvimwe ini ndine mavh11 maona ndine mabank transfers ndinawo
Remember vintage.
aiwa ndine mareceipt ndinawo maworld remit nemachii saka munhu iye zvekutondinetsa saka munhu aikwanisa kuwana 2 million handiti inini chaichainini achindirova ma200 300 muri kunzwisisa. Saka munhu iyeye hey saka anga ine mari pamwe aitondirova bhegi bhozi iye kana anga achipiwa 2 million yeembasi ndiri kutaura imwe ex boyfriend yalinda handisi kutaura mumwe munhu wekunze nditaura ex chaiyo maibata
but from what you're saying, it's not like she
muri kudinzwa here murinzwa isinyore nditaura ex handimona nditaura Gilbert handiti before Gilbert pane mumwe ex muri kunzwisisa wandaitotumira mari yepassport chaiyo muri kunzwisisa ndini ndakatomutumira kutomuti enda unotora passport iyo maibata.
No, I hear you, but it's not like akapiwa 2 million. Remember, it's
aiwa but
more like
mataka offer saka isi tengeta kuti munhu kana achioffer 2 million it means kuti munhu anenge ari pane imwe scale yeincome.
no, not to offer 2 million. I mean, offer, I'm talking about the visa. So I'm saying what you're saying about the 2 million, I don't know nothing about it, but I'm just saying it's very possible. But you cannot see, link it to Nyaya. There are people who are like that. I also told you you get my point. I don't know, but I'm just saying promise Mari, those are two different things. But I understand. I'm gonna be 2 million. Yes, na China. But depends also on my circumstances.
Right. Thank you so much, Signor. Great. Let's move to the lady to wait for that temptation. I enjoy the temptation. Temptation, how are you doing?
Hello, hi, I'm doing fine.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great to hear your voice.
Okay, thank you very much. Did you have a hostage?
Sorry?
Mawana host here.
Hatisati totsvaga mahost ekuti vanozofila comfortable because ndiri kufila kuti maybe she might feel threatened by me. So I was thinking if I get someone like yourself, or maybe I was actually thinking someone from Zanu PF or even from her own party. Tovaita my co-host inini ndoita move behind, so maybe she can speak and explain and and pour out, because the husband is making clear here that if there's anyone who was paid, it's actually her, and katobhadharwa neni. So so anyway.
Okay, ndikuona kunge Rudo ari panapa. Anonzi Rudo.
That would be great. If Rudo can even come in as well, that'll be great.
Munogona kutora iye aite host. Nyaya yana Linda.
I'm not sure about host. I think she's better off as a speaker, because I think she's got things that she's got some allegations that she was raising. I was told yesterday, which I could not concentrate on, but I think it'll be good if she's here. Then she can also speak out and also answer to Mamata Zandanchi relate aya kuti ane mutemo mu Britain mitemo ine yeah inotofigira munhu mujeri. Thank you, go ahead.
My issue is Linda Masariri denies saying she is not a Zanu PF ex-husband. Respond ex-husband yachona i1 here kana kuti vakawanda vari panapa.
I1 chete.
I1. I overheard uchiti une mumwe wawakabatsira. Why my boyfriend
that was before. That was an ex-boyfriend, not husband. And chingopa an example chete kungoti munhu arikunzi akapiwa 2 million. Aka offer 2 million. Sorry, I was just trying to give a comparison between 2 million, right, and the few thousand that I channeled to Linda. You get what I mean? And I was saying, look, if this is the case, how could an embassy have given someone who was struggling, sometimes even just for a few $100 US? You see what I mean? Where would the logic be?
Okay, fine. Why can't you ask the ex-husband to call Linda so that she can join the platform?
Oh yeah, no. I did all that yesterday. So we're waiting on her to come up here. But obviously, as you know, but yeah, I think it'll be good if she can come up. Hey, because she accused him as well, remember, that he was paid by me.
Okay, fine. With my own opinion, Linda Masariri was a president entity, where part a opposition party entity. How can it be kuti iye anonotuka Chamisa panzvimbo pekuti awirirane naChamisa kuti vabvise Zanu? Why iye aizoenda kunomira neZanu PF kudhisa Chamisa kana iye anga ariwe opposition? Zvinobatana papi? Secondly, right. Okay, it's fine. Answer, it's okay.
No, go ahead. You can, yeah. Go ahead.
Secondly, I think these guys, they're just trying to kungosvaga nyaya kana kuti kuda kuti losesa focus. Vanoda attention, no problem. But like you hope I deserve attention citizens. I deserve zvachose. You must stay back, sit back, relax, afford makumbo ane maoko zvese azorore. Hatisi kuda kuti ataure anything pamusoro paChamisa. We have better people in Zimbabwe vangakwanise kutaura pamusoro paChamisa, not hope well. Same as this Linda. Vanoda kudraw attention yevanhu vachitilusisa focus. Yes, yet tine zvinhu zvatakatarisana nazvo. Tiri kuda kugadzira nyika panapa vanoda kuuya vachitiitira zvinhu zvisina musoro. Hatina nguva yavo. Izvi zvinyaya zvemakuhwa izvika ngazvipere. Ende vanhu ngavangojaira kuti pamedia panongotaurwa mani. People, we come from different places. We come from different families. Takakura zvakasiyana. Munhu just like apana munhu asingataurwe mani. Pana munhu asingataurwe. Zvekuswera vanhu vachitongesana makuhwa izvika ndoona zviri so childish. Zvina kana musoro. Hatina kwatinoenda. Hatina chatinoita. Kana tiri vanhu vakuru teseka. Let's focus pachinhu one. Because chichazoitika next. Vanhu vachaita ma-conflicts and then votanga futi kuita ma-splits. Of which ndo chinhu chatisiri kuda muZimbabwe. I think ma-Zimbabweans, you need to be educated. Mukutoda inonzi basic education chaiyo ma-Zimbabweans. Tese, because hatisi kugona kukura. Taku abuse media. Munhu anotuka zvaanoda pamedia. Munhu anoataka zvaanoda. Usina kufunga kuti idamage yauri kuisa pane umwe munhu. Usina kufunga inonzi personal respect. Inini, I believe and understand kuti inini, I'm a lady. A lady is not it's not a noun. It's a doing word. It's a verb. I'm a lady. Inini I temptation. I'm a lady. Handidi kutaurirwa zvinhu zvisina basa. Zvinhu zvinondidzikisira. Ndinotozamawo kuda zvakanaka zvepamusoro. Ko vanodii kudzidza? Handiti vaida kuita president eramaya. Ndipresident werudzi yakadai. Ngavasiyane nenyaya dzemakuhwa. Kana ari president haatsvage makuhwa. Munhu mukuru, vane rank, vane post yehupresident. Saka vachakampena sei 2028 tatarisana nema-elections. Vadii kukura vasiyana nenyaya dzepamedia. Zvimwe zvinhu ndezvekungobrusha off woenderera mberi nelife, wodzikama woita zvinhu zvako wega, usiyane nevanhu. Nyaya dzepamedia ngadzisiyanwe nadzo. I think I'm still waiting for Rudo. Is Rudo here?
And Sukutombo account again. Papi, which account is he using?
I don't know. Handina kuitarisa photo yake, but I think I saw her yesterday kune platform.
Okay, it'll be good if she can come through. If she can come through, yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, Anjadzi. And I think we've got who's next now? I think it should be Leonard is next, right? Leonard, then Tapiwa. But anyway, I also greet our co-host, Comfort. Good morning to you, where you are there, that lovely part of the country, of the world.
Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising, Simba. Good morning, Zimbabweans. Afternoon, wherever you are. Systemtation, you remain one of the most just strong minds. I think I was telling Salani the other day that sometimes we don't agree, but there's just something powerful when people try to think for themselves and try to remain uncorrupted in terms of your thought process.
Thank you for
studying ourselves first.
Thank you.
And then studying a situation without putting my feelings in it. I think that's what's lacking. So thank you for bringing that perspective.
Thank you, darling.
Because political polarization is very, very powerful. You know, you can't think straight. So thank you for bringing that up. Simba, thanks for having me. I'm multitasking. We have some graduation parties we're doing, but I'm going to be here present. But I'm here.
Wonderful. Cheers. I think Leonard, shoot. Let us hear you. What's your response here? Miss Masarira, President Masarira Varkuti Ivo, Avasi Zanu, Murumo wavo arkupokana nazo. Imi munotichi. Where do you stand?
Hi, Simba. Thank you so much for allowing me this opportunity to just air my views on our learned president, Linda Masarira. Yeah, it's unfortunate that Linda Masarira, she blocked me, I think 2 years ago. So it's like we're not going on very well with her post and my post as well. I don't know, because normally I challenge people to showcase what they're up to. Is they want to be the president of this country. So she ended up blocking me. It's an unfortunate incident, but as far as I can see, the character of Linda Masarira, she's somebody who just wants to seek public attention and so forth. Otherwise, she's nobody in terms of political dispensation in the country. Linda is somebody who always wants to steal the show. How can somebody with the poverty written all over the country, the people of Zimbabwe, how can somebody refuse to get something like $2 million US? That's a lot of money. She could have grabbed that money with both hands, but to say that she refused to get that kind of money because she is a principled person in terms of the political situation in the country, or whatever, that she's a principled person, that is a lie. That is a lie. I've heard many stories of Linda Masarira. She's that character of a person who behaves like a chameleon, always changing colors depending on the type of the weather which will be there. So it's so embarrassing that all the time we see Linda Masarira in the wrong side of the law. We see Linda Masarira always failing to showcase what she can do as the president. So I don't think we should take Linda Masarira very seriously. Otherwise, it would be a sheer waste of time to engage her, or most of the times when we want to debate or talk about political situation in the country. Linda Masarira is just somebody who is nothing. She
Sorry, I think
doesn't have
someone's microphone is on. Is it Comfort? Is it yours? Okay, yeah, go ahead, please. I think it was Comfort, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I disagree mostly in her submissions. She's somebody who is maybe dining with the Zanu PF, dining with the regime. We see her most of the time challenging people like Nelson Chamisa, and I don't see Linda Masarira growing politically. I actually, Linda Masarira is going down in terms of her political career. So very soon we are going to write her obituary in terms of political situation in the country. Man, abasisina that kind of Midas touch, or people should just stop listening to all nonsense. Otherwise, Linda, she's just nothing. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much. Is there any problem though with opposing Chamisa, with like criticizing Chamisa? Because I think it would be important to clarify on that. I don't know who's next. Who's next after this? Who's coming next?
I think
Okay.
it's
Hi,
me.
hi, Bartholomew. Shoot, yeah.
I
Shoot,
think
yeah.
it's
Thank you.
me.
Takumbira opportunity
I-
yekuzoribhatawo vamwe vanhu vasati vaenda
Kwai kuna Bartholomew salanyarara.
aniko Leonard yoda
Yeah,
kuribhata.
hold, but hold on, Silani. You'll have your time. Bartholomew, shoot, yeah.
very much. You don't need times I have to thank you.
Yeah.
If you have to stop me thanking you, then
I think you've gone mute.
is can you hear me, Simba?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me? Yeah, what I'm trying to say, Simba, is as much as people might create side shows to denigrate you, I just want to remind you that as long as you still hold the status you have, us as truly opposition people, we will keep on supporting you, because we really understand where all this line of thought is coming from. And for the fact they are nowhere to go, so they are trying to find something behind you, because they also realize that you got a certain value in terms of holding people to account. So today we just see people like Linda try to come up and having some relevance because they mention your name. Honestly, if she believes that she is relevant, she must come out to say, hi, citizens, I, Linda, I stand for ABCD, without mentioning of Zimai, without mentioning of Chamisa. Then she come and she can be hosted anywhere. Then we can understand who is she. As for now, we don't understand who is Linda on this political arena, because whatever she is doing, she's doing what we call interdependence. So we don't do political of interdependence each and every day. She must start to understand that she needs to be independent to say, I, Linda, I stand for ABCD, without keeping on mentioning Simba, because Simba is followed by so many people.
So today we know there are some of journalists which are already blocking us when we ask them truly questions. Today they are blocking us. Then they try to create side show through other political people to denigrate Simba. But we stand with you, Simba. As long as you still insist and hold the position you are holding right now, we understand the fact that you are there, you account as an PF person, you can call and ask questions which we know, which we witnessed each and every time. So we stand behind you, and we are not going to listen to Linda. Unfortunately, I even supported her when she was abused, thought that she can apply what we call critical thinking. But today we can see that she doesn't apply critical thinking because she is coming to oppose and denigrate people who stand with her in bad times. So today I just want to send this message to her that if she wants to be an opposition leader, she must start to hold the Zanu PF accountable. Because Zanu PF is the one which is holding our money today, our taxpayers' money, our state institutions, any of the authorities in Zim. Chamisa right now is not holding anything. You can't look for someone who is in a church to say, come and account for the road. That is brutally nonsense to us. If Chamisa come to the platform, we will tell him now, Chamisa, go and ask how Trabablas went. But for today, we can't keep on handing someone with his family because Linda is saying so. She was even saying, Chamisa destroyed the MDC, Chamisa destroyed the CCC. When Morgan Tsvangirai appointed Chamisa, did Chamisa went to Morgan Tsvangirai to say, appoint me as a president? Did she did that? Are those not Morgan committees and whoever agree with that? And then later on, they turn around the colors. So Simba, as long as you hold your position, we are not going to change. We will keep on the way they are doing to you. They are creating more supporters for you because we will keep on organizing more arena for you because we know that you are truly an opposition person who can count, not even an opposition person, but a journalist, I can say so. So keep on doing your journalism. Don't listen to all those side shows as we are there to support you. Many thanks.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Bartolomeo. I appreciate the kind words. Right, just before, who's next? I think before Salani, we have Macbeth. Macbeth was next. But before Macbeth, so we'll have Signor. Signor has got a short message that he wants to give us that he's just been given by Linda. And then we'll have Macbeth. Macbeth, give us your 2 minutes. And then after that, we'll have Salani. Signor? Signor, can I mind?
That's a quick one, Simba.
Shoot, yeah.
I spoke to
Saka
Linda.
yato two people ka before inini naimwari.
One special message.
I spoke to Linda. She's not coming. Just to say the least, she doesn't want to come. She won't come. But anyway,
Why?
no, I can't say much now. But she can't come. So it's a no.
Because she lied. Because she lied.
Yeah, but I'll come back to those on Botala. Leonard, I would like to engage you. Why? Especially when you say she cannot offer anything. I would like to beg to differ because the Zimbabwean situation is very complicated. Your order, Simba. Let me close my mic for now. Many thanks.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, Macbeth. Yeah, shoot, Macbeth, and then Salani is coming, and then
Signor
we'll have Mel's. Yeah, thanks.
Signor maita mapfupikisa ameno sisisalani maida kutanga ini ndotanga here kana motevera ini
Shamwari iwewo pamwe ndichatoda kutokuribhata futi chitotangako.
alright asani dutukwa thanks Simba. Zvinoitika nevanhu vasina mari vanoita kunge havasi ivo asi vari ivo. So Linda Masarira'S, she has nothing. So she's well funded nezanu-pf. And munhu asiriye asi ndiye asaruramba asi asiriye. So she's well funded nezanu-pf, right? Asi inini handisida kudwela on that issues, on those issues. If she's claiming she's the opposition, my point is all Zimbabwean opposition, if tine one issue yokuti we are fighting one movement isuita Zimbabwe mberi, why can't we join groups and have one formidable movement inofighta chimovement chachiruta Zimbabwe isati mberi? So what I'm trying to say Job Scala, kuvana komichi vese vana uyu muinjinia Mudzuri, Chamisa wacho, Linda Masarira wemagitara anzani uyu Brian handiti wemagitaro. And I'm trying to say kuti vanhu vechibatanaika iyo kana no 112 waonawo wovhotera one movement yodini tokunda ZANU-PF. And we cannot even argue inyaya kuti tichada kukunda as opposition as long kana takangopatsirana hatikundi, we don't go forward. Handisi kuda ramba ndichitaura nichienda mberi. Nhasi Sunday ndabva kuchechi.
Right, thank you very much. I think it's Salani, and then we will have Mels, and then Makwikwi.
No, thank you so much, Simba. Hi, Comfort, my sister. It's good, always good to see Temptation and Mels and others as well over the platform, including my brothers who Andruda Kuri, but no hard feelings. First of all, iwe Bartholomew, wambona matere first to start oya kuzo taura zvaunga uchitaura panapa. Because I
If
find
you
it
want,
very offensive.
I can even pray for you as well.
Right? Because at the end of the day, we would tell her something like, oh, I supported her when she was abused, and now look at her. She should have been abused. What? I don't think you supporting someone who's been abused has to change just because of their political standing. Wakasapota panguva yekuti waifana usapota, just like kuri kunzi God forbid zvikaita kune hama yako oabuswa, I would think kuti you'd want us to support, right? Pavanozoti vakuda kupinda mupolitics and you disagree, that should not change your stance. Wotaura kuti nekuti ndakakusapota paya paunga uri abused zvinoda kuti tinofana kuita zvandinoda. That is not how we are supposed to look at politics. Even Leonard, you're talking about apera aita say. The problem with Zimbabwean men, you seem to have this patriarchal thinking. Yakufunga kuti women cannot do the job. Yamagara muchifoira because murukufoira ngasanyeperani. Whether we look at iwe Macbeth, stop it. Usaite semunhu atanga kubaya kutenga iPhone nhasi, wazvinzwa? Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking. No, wait. No, Leonard, no.
Okay.
Can I go ahead?
Go ahead, Salam. Go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Mozo, yeah, because, we can always have the discussion, but I need to, don't let me lose my train of thought. That's what I'm trying to say, gentlemen. So it's like you have this patriarchal way of thinking. Your Wutwakazi only are useful in the bedroom or in the kitchen or making babies. But that the world has to change. The world is changing, and we need to change with it. You cannot, I like Linda Masarira because she is one woman who has continuously, which can be herself. And the last time, remember, she even tried and attempted. Maria Maridzi, remember we had that discussion when we actually, I even questioned her. You are the person I tell her, Maria 20,000 iri inofana kuiswa into Zim dollar. But wona iwo wadzotadza kuita raise that same amount, and wona amwe ma-problems akozwa because ana Madam Valario, remember zvainzi kuti mari dzacho hadzina kupinda here dzanonoka, and then she had to take it to court before she could even participate as a presidential candidate. So we've discussed these things, and I like her for the fact that even Patai Funzaga, she held her hands up, it's sure, and for sure, there were certain things, there was money I was expecting, but the people who wanted to invest, my strings attached, so I decided not to go ahead with it, right? What I'm trying to say here is that She's been consistent here, which she's still playing a part, even though it's about numbers. Numbers, Zanu PF, if it was about numbers, because your numbers are not getting the job done. So there might be an issue of quality rather than it being an issue of quantity. So you also look at the fact which she's been consistent, still standing, still being a politician. Politicians, sabbatical. Linda Masarira'S has been there. She's trying, right? And this is the thing, you don't support women for some weird reason. I may not reiterate. And the other part, whenever you feel that someone is campaigning, remember we talk about democracy. What does democracy look like to you guys? And if democracy not in anyone, including myself, kutindika funga nasu tinduda ku campaigna, nduda kurana, pana angandi stop it. I've got a right to. But this is what you guys do because you think for you to get ahead, you have to shut down someone else's star. Munotanga kuti munhu wezanu. Kunkangani muchizviita. Pane munhu right now here watingataura ari muopposition. Wamusingataure imimi kuti hazi munhu wezanu. Ndiani? Ndiudze. It's only Nelson Chamisa for some weird reason. Anonzi hazi munhu wezanu. But anyone else who's in opposition or who even dares to start a political outfit, you call them a Zanu PF project. You call them this and that. It's become a term yamunoshansa yokuda kudzikisira umwe munhu kuti asasupportwe. And even much of the people who believe you, vatori nonsensical foot, because you can't tell me kuti everyone anongonzi munhu wezanu. Just like that, but not evidence. Would you say kama evidence that the exchanging of money, the basari. And as I land, because those are my brothers, this is the thing I don't understand about you two. My brothers, Mataura kuti Linda Masarira'S Zanu. So you're trying to act as if you can identify Vanwe Zanu based on their speech patterns, based on the work that they do. Right now, events like vakanzi Heroes Day, munoona Linda Masarira'S na uende nevamwe variko. Manga mchifungo twachaita sei. If you were to rule, mawina muri opposition, aren't you the ones who are supposed to host these events? And wouldn't you expect vanhu kuti vauye kuma event amuno hosta? So why do you have a problem? And why do you then signpost people to a political party? Musina kana any evidence, apana membership, apana chi, but munongotaura kuti muri muzanu nekuti waenda ku event yacho. Saka manga mchida twagari kumbe. What is the whole purpose of you campaigning for people to be your councillors, your MPs, and your ministers? Kana mchiva singafane kuenda kuma events anoitwa nehurumende. Zanu PF is ruling, and that's a fact. Then the other point I'm trying to say, like I was saying, mune this maglass anoita kuti muone kuti uyu munhu muzanu, right? So kana mune maziso ekuona kuti vanhu vezanu ndevapi. Pamaka 2023, makavotera ma-councillors, makavotera ma-MPs CCC. Nasi una muzimi muri kutaura kuti vanhu vezanu. So it means kuti you completely don't even know what you're on about because you voted for the same people who are in parliament today, who are in councils today, that you say kuti vanhu vezanu. Saka mutombozive zvinhu zvakutaura. If I were you, chimbonyararai, muterere isusu, vanenge vanoziva more than you do. I'll end there for now.
Right. Hi, Comfort. Don't know who's next now.
It's me. Can I come in?
Is it Mel's? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Shoot, Mel's. Yeah. Mel's and then Makwikwi. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah.
I've got a question for you, Simba. First of all, is it okay if I ask?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. As long as it's part of the topic today. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, it is. It is. So what I sent money to Linda. Is it okay for you to divulge what was the reason for you to send money to a grown-ass woman who's supposed to be taking care of herself? And this issue yemurume arikuya achitaura kuti Linda anotaura nezanu PF anoti chese inini I won't lie to you. Ndakarambana nemurume wangu and a lot of things were said but tinonatsoziva tiri true kuti zvazvisiri zvechokwadi. You understand? Saka we cannot rely on information that comes from a person arambana nemunhu and NS is capable of saying anything. So for us to have a space talking about zvinhu zvine zvataurwa nevanhu two vakarambana vanenge vachitozivana zvavo kuti chokwadi chacho chaicho ndechipi. Inini I think that is so wrong. Zvakaipa, it will for me zvinenge zvichitoita kunge we are peddling lies because vanhu kana varambana a lot is said and kazhinji kacho chinenge chisitombori chokwadi. Vanhu vanoika kurwadzisana kavanoita kana vasiyana, vanoika muka kuda kungofinhurana, muri kunzwisisa, but at the end tikasangana tiri true tikatarisana tikabvunzana unotoona kutoti no zvandaitaura zvaindainyeka, the other side ichitotaurawo kuti zvandaitaura zvaindainyeka. So I don't think we can base an argument, especially for you as a journalist, to actually bring something like this on a public forum. I think that is unethical. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much. Can I answer you quickly? So you asked me on what basis did I send? It was because she requested money herself, and the type of context that we're dealing with here is a pre 2017 period, 2015 up to 2017. What happened was, I'm about to say Mahere, but anyway, Mahere was also part of it. Linda Masarira was part of a group of young people back then who were protesters. And these were protesters that used to come to us, and then during interviews they would plead saying they are in trouble, they need money, they've been assaulted, and many times Linda would cry many times on my own interviews and the like. And so what happened was, this is how it started. It's not me who started this whole sending money. It was her, number one. Number two, it was also people in the diaspora who decided to be sending her money. And so many times they would use me as a conduit. And so they would also ask me to coordinate the sending of money. So she would connect with these people. And then it just continued like that. And so the last time that I sent her anything was when she asked me to get her a laptop. And that was 2017. Was it 2016? I think it was somewhere around there, 2016, 2017. Early 2017, I think it was, right? And when that happened was she, all from nowhere, after discovering that Zorwadza was in my area, and at that time I was doing interviews with him. I had put him up in a hotel, and we were doing interviews back then. She took advantage of that, and then just asked and said, "Look, please get me a laptop, and then I will repay you, Simba. I will repay you. I will become a columnist, okay? Someone who will be writing." She offered to do just columnist, just to be writing. And being a woman back then, picture this. She was someone who, at that time, had portrayed herself as extremely vulnerable. She was being assaulted, abused, a single mother. And then at the same time, she was jobless. And so she asked to do some work, like literally kutoshanda cheko cheko chebasa chezo chezo kutonyora. And then in those days, there was a certain period where we had a facility like that to do that, and where we could have people who are in the community who we could pay, and that are not necessarily journalists, but they are just activists who are just writing here and there. And because in those days she used to demonstrate a little bit of being resourceful, I ended up that was the last time that I sent her something. And because I then discovered that she actually had not told the truth. There was no writing or anything that she was going to do, or that she ever did after that. There was no accountability. There was not even a thank you, even a text message to say, "Thank you, I got it." And it turned out that to me, she had not been honest, an honest person. Even at the level of just saying thank you. I mean, a lot of other activists that we were here and there supporting, even in an interview, they would say thank you, they would appreciate. Linda was a little bit different. And it turned out the biggest thing that was an upset, especially for donors, was her getting drunk on video. And it turned out the times that she would get drunk and she would accuse CIOs of assaulting her was she was actually drunk. Many times she was in a pub, or she would have started a fight, and then she would phone someone in the diaspora and say, "Look, send me money. Please, I've been assaulted by CIOs." It was a period of learning. So I think that was the context. There were a lot of credible, like real credible stories of abuse back then, Miles.
when people got abused. That is also the time when Itai Dzamara disappeared. She was part of the Itai Dzamara group, and so I need you to understand that that is how things developed. I did not just andina mari yekungo tumira a woman just like that. It was all because of a need. And many times, because we're at the center of activity, someone asks you for money. Ndiri tight, please, ndibatsireiwo. Yeah, so what do you do? Pakadare papapo, and pane some evidence. So that ndosaitika, but takazongodzidzawo later on kuti Mari I fambiswi. Right, who's next? Sorry. Who's next? Makwikwi. Tatozoona kuti tiri kurowa bhegi neanhu. Makwikwi, shoot.
Thank you very much, Thomas.
Thank you, sir. Please increase your volume. So we hear you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, shoot, please, and increase your volume, please.
Okay. Yeah, I think in 2 minutes, ndindaenda ku another meeting. Ndine mubvunzo amene pamati Linda akaofwa 2 million ne-US Embassy. Ndeye kare here kana kuti kwane imwe mari zvakare yaofa?
Iyo yachona aitaura narutendo yayo ari pavidhio narutendo matinyarare. Asi parasa akatombopuwa 2 mita here, akatombopuwa 2 mita nema-American.
Kumashure kwakambotaura mari yakawanda ndakamboofwa mari yekuti ndiite saka ndinoda kuziva kuti the same amount ndo nyaya
isingazivi. Tavainvita vanzvadzi kuti vauye vambotitsepenurira kuti ndeipi mari yachona iyoyo. Yeah, but havasati vauya, unfortunately.
Sorry, can we clarify? Akati akapiwe here kana kuti vaida kumupa? Which is which?
Oh, she was offered. No mataura.
She said she was offered.
Akairamba. Then ndaupawo yafuti 2 million. Aofwa airamba ndizvo.
Yeah, that's right. 2 million. Yeah.
Ane bozi pana patorwa nyaya kuti tinoda humbo. Ane evidence here yekuti iye kana akaita recording here ane chii chatingaone kuti Linda akaisirwa 2 million ne-US Embassy akairamba.
Kana mchakaisirwa munenge mchireva kuti akaipiwa.
Offer yacho kuti offer ya nditi if there was an offer which means wakaita round table. Wakagara pasi wakataura. Chiripo chinotaridza kuti Linda akaofwa mari chii chinobatika kuti Linda iyi mari yakanga pane ma-written records here, panga paine ma-voice recording here, chinotaridza kuti akaofwa mari chii.
Saka vanhu pavanotaura kuti Chamisa akapiwa ne-EU pane ma-evidence nema-recording.
Hapana, avakamuona here achipiwa mari. Akana uchitotaura kuti Chamisa akapiwa mari, hapana Chamisa haana kupiwa mari. Because kana usina umboka unongotaura nyaya dzemumastreet chete. Uya neumbowo kana uchida kuaccuse munhu kuti adai uya neumbowo wekuti ndinge aida kupiwa mari, umbowo wacho ndouyu. Saka Linda akati akaramba mari iye asina umbowo.
Kopa munoti Chamisa akahwina mune umbowo.
Chamisa vakutondibvunza kwese nekwandisiri kaini.
Ayi ndikoko zvandimuda evidence.
Chamisa akahwina mari dzawo dzezeka anoti mari dzawo dzamakapiwa nezeka akati idzi yakahwina ne how many votes?
Anoti Chamisa akaryiwa.
Idzi yakahwina ne how many votes? Tiudza mavhoti akahwina na.
Aiwa. Mari dzawo
tipe ma-numbers, tipe ma-figures.
Zvamuri kutaura hazvina umbowu vedu
kwose Chigumba akazodzima zipeji rese kana asina kuwina Chamisa.
Mune evidence yazviri zvamukutaura.
Izvezvi nanhasi yakadzimwa ine kana musingagone kushandisa.
Kana Chamisa akawina election sei aitsvaga Sadak kuti unze fresh elections. Handiti unenge wakawina, saka why is there need for a repeat election?
Aida kungoti excuse Zeki ndo kwakaita problem.
Apa asi munomboti ma-MP ndeZanu PF, makanzira ndeZanu PF, saka makandiwaka enyu eku-MDC kwazvo.
Gesa ari mu-Central Committee akaconfirma kuti no Chiwenga vice president
Salani abvunza pano
ndikukupai umbowo unobatsira.
Mirai Mira unotobatika futi pavanowina munovati imimi ndevenyu vawina manje vaamo moti havasi vedu ndeve Zanu PF ndiri kutaura chiti nemi zvabvunzwa naSalani aiwa zvabvunzwa naSalani aiwa hani munoti vatengesi vanhu veZanu PF ava saka makavhotera vanhu veZanu PF makarohwa nestrategy makadyiwa
makatadza kuidentifya vanhu veZanu asi muri kuti Linda Masarira munhu weZanu but yet munotaura kuti vamakavhotera vanga vari triple C mukatovahwipinza muzvigaro ndo vanhu veZanu. So I don't know how you guys cannot see how you are mistaken whenever you judge people. Munojaja vanhu mune vanhu vamunofarira kujaja kuti havari bo because your leader anenge ati they're okay, but you should do further research within yourself, don't you think? Because makatoita era kaipapo. So why don't you also think that you should also look further when it comes to Linda or any other person? Rather than kungotora zvinotaura vanhu, mobva mati it means it's correct.
Salani havana kunzwisisa wawabvunza mubvunzo uyo. Ini ndo zvandatotorera mike. Wanga uri deep mubvunzo uyo. But havana kunzwisisa. Wawabvunza iwe ukati kana muchiti vanhu ava ndeveZanu. Handitika. Saka makarohwa kaimi neZanu makadyiwa. Ndizvo zviri kureva. Saka bvumai defeat.
Vanhu vakazobvuma kuita veZanu vaamukati.
Aiwa yatova problem yenyu.
Haisi yedu.
Iyo yatova problem.
Ndeya parliament speaker.
Chamisa pakati akusiya party paakataura kuti vanhu vasaende kuparliament. Sei musina kuti makafosa vanhu vacho kuti vasapinda kuparliament. Kutopinda kwawakaenda kuparliament nekucouncil vachidisobey instruction yaleader akaita kuti muvavhotere yaifanira kutovasaini yekuti muzive kuti vanhu ava vatori nechiZanu mukati handizve, but makazviignore.
Salani kana vari vavo vakadii kubuda vana Ivan makanzela izvozvo. Iye Ivan anouya pana ndiriwe CCC ndakapinda naChamisa asi ari kuramba ariko kana achiterera leader wenyu imi munhu wamunombokondema ndeweZanu anodii kubuda.
Okay, fine. Let's go back to statement ratanga tichitaura nezvaro yaleader.
Aiwa musatiza kapamune makunyi. Aiwa musatiza. Musatiza aiwa.
Ndonyaya yandanga nzimbotaura yeeducation pamedia ishi.
Aiwa, iwe usataura nyaya yeeducation shamari.
Ndoya ndanga ndichikuudza kuti you need to be educated. Pane topic iri panapa. Let's go on topic iri panapa.
But that's what we're discussing. Temptation
andisiri ndanga ndine mike andisiri ndanga
kana wanga usina mike sakanyarara hako zvizvi sakanyarara hako
waona kuti aukuona kuti Bartholomew naLeonard vatodzika pasi because vatadza kundipindura hauzotozvionawo.
Mira inini ndichakudayira netime yangu ende ndiri kudzoka ende ndikuda kukudayira zvaunonatsonzwisisa but iko zvinezvi tangotorera makwikwi mike achitaura achida evidence.
Iwewe zvingonyarara tabvunza makwikwi saka nyarara kana iwe usingazvikwanisi.
Ndinozvikwanisa but it's not my turn.
Hold on folks, let's makwikwi be conclude. Makwikwi manga makwanisa kunigina here kupedza here so that we can finalize on your question. Had you been attended to and answered there?
No, handina kunge ndapindurwa but zvisinei hazvo time dzangu ndinofanira kuatenda something rega ndidrope ndozodzoka time. Let me drop.
Oh no, tatenda zvikuru. Right. I think the next speaker is going to be Mudara G. Mudara G, if you could give us your 2 minutes, please. I think it'll be great to hear you. Miss Linda Masarira, President Linda Masarira, vanotungamirira bato ravo rinoitwa iro lead repepo rine mavara epepo vakataura ivo kuti havasi Zanu PF zvekare vakati ivo vari kunyepegwa kwakaini ndiri munhu anoita zvinhu zvandinoita ndiri pache zvangu handinei nezveZanu PF ndiri munhu weopposition ndanga ndichiitawo zvandiri kuita handiwirirani naChamisa ndinomutsiropodza Chamisa vakataura zvekare vakati Chamisa is a greater devil than Munangagwa
yeah, so nhasi tiri kunzwa isu kubva ex husband wavo katingongoti murume wavo pachishona apinda achitaura iye bupuro rake ndere kutsoropodza mudzimai wake. Iye anoti mudzimai wake ndewe Zanu PF mupomera mhosva yekuva kubato iroro, achitaura zvekare kuti ane umbo hwaakaona. Anotaura kuti mudzimai wake aitaura nevanhu vakasiyana siyana vane masimba makuru muZanu PF. Munoti chiinapo mundaraji masikati kwamuri?
Sorry, before vapinda,
Yes.
Simba, can we classify chii chinhu chinoita kuti tizive kuti munhu muZanu? Is it an issue of membership, yekuti unenge une membership subscription here? Is it an issue of money exchanges hands here? Is it an issue yekuti munoenda kuchechi mese here? Is it an issue yekuti munodefendana kumakoti here? Tispecify what you have to look for someone to be called munhu weZanu.
Maita basa boss Salani.
Papa,
Ndiyo answer iri kuuya. I can see, I can actually listen to a very lively debate. Even the interjections are very lively. Kana tiri politics, zvatinoita ndizvo zvinoratidza kuti warerekera nebato iri kana kuti hauna kurerekera bato iri. I have spent most of my time in Zimbabwe, including right now I'm in Zimbabwe. I do not see some of these people. Vamugabe kare vaimba vati, kana ma-election auya munoona madhuku ouya inenge yakunzi madhuku strategy. Now, tumwe tumapato twamunotaura utu. Chinonyanya kundinetsa ndechekuti kunze kwekunge vauya paspace kana kuti vakotwa mumapepa havuvaoni. I hear Linda sekutaura kwamunoita. Ndiri kusvika ipapo. Handioni Chamisa sekuona kwaunodaiwe kuti ndione achiadresa rally. Asi vanhu vake ini ndotofamba nawo.
Chamisa ndo the quietest politician in the country.
Ndati.
Kana mchiti vanhu vake wezve munorevei vakanyorwa pahuma here kuti ava Chamisa.
Waita mubvunzo wakanaka chose.
Uyezve makaverenga mukaona kuti vangani.
Yes, ndinotoziva kuti vangani. Vanhu vekwaChamisa vandinoona iko zvino matutu. Ukandipa province neprovince ndichikuudza kuti vangani. Kakawandisa even now nhasi ndanga ndichitoposta nevanhu vaChamisa vari kungai, vari kuGweluchena, vari kuBinga, vari kuSiyakovho, vari kupi, vari kuita maradi. Chinondinetsa netumwe vanhu vamunotaura navava ma-political party mupepa. Asi kana uri political party iva negwara rako neideology yako. Uine gwara rako neideology yako, teverera iyoyo. Kana ukange woteerera yeCCC, unomva wanzi uri CCC. Ukange woteerera yeMDCT, unomva wanzi uri MDCT. Pane chinhu chakaitwa neZanu PF chakanzi Pollard. Takaona mapato akawanda akaenda kuPollard. Yakanga iri discussion forum yekuti inormalize nekutsigisa zvinhu zvanga zvichiitika munyika. Vakuru vemapato oro mapresident emapato akawandisisa vakaenda ikoko. Chavakaendera ikoko, vakaendera tunhu twavaipuwa vasvika ikoko. Vakaendera kudzimota, vakaendera kwakati uri opposition. Uri opposition uri kupuwa negungano rinotungamirwa nerimwe bato. Vanhu vakazouya vosvika kutaura kuti iZanu. Nekuti Zanu ndo iri kuita izvozvo. Zvechokwadiwo newe unenge uri Zanu. Kana wanga usingazvizivi zvakuda kuti uende unogara pasi. Iwe wanga uchibvunza kuti mapato Chamisa unomuwana kupi? ini ndinoziva Chamisa achienda achiita marali. Marali aya uchaona Ostalos aripo, uchaona Chibaya aripo, uchaona Mtingwenda aripo, uchaona Anafarai varipo, uchaona vanhu vakawandisisa. Ndakuziva vanhu vakawanda munyika nekuenda nekunonzwa kuti kune zviri kuitika here, ndichinatsoona kuti hongu zvinhu zviri kuitika zviripo. Zvimwezvo ZANU-PF unoinzwa kwese kwainenge iri. Padiki-diki unonzwa ZANU-PF apa, unonzwa ZANU-PF apa, unonzwa. Asi mutungamiriri weZANU-PF anenge asipo. Kunenge kuine vanhu vanosapota bato reZANU-PF. Hauzonzwi vanana Masarira vamuri kutaura, vanana Linda.
But
Hauzonzwi
politics is you are campaigning for people. Can you know ndisina vanhu? I can start without
Kasiwo vanhu vezanu havazi vanhu here asimbwa
plus munokambenere kana mune vanhu
ndati ikoko kutokambena kuti uite vanhu unotoona iwe uchienda pamusoro. Handisati ndamboona tumwe tumapato tuchikambena, handisati ndamboona vachienda kuvanhu, handisati ndamboona vachienda kumaruwa. Asi vanhu
asazvireveka kuti havasi kukambena because ima hamuna kuvaona chete, pamwe vangoita pamusina kuona.
Kwete, hatitombodi kumiririra kuti tinzwe kuti ZANU iri kupi yakambena papi. Tinotovaona vachienda kunokambena, vachitoungana nevanhu vavo.
Vakampene havavhure magofundme nekuya pamaspace vachipema mari kuti vaite marali, vozotadza kuzoita accountable for mari dzavakapiwa nevanhu. There's a difference here.
Ndine issue yeGoFundMe yamunotaura, ende ndonzwa kunyanya-nyanya ichitaurwa nevanhu vezanu. Handinyatsonzwisisi kuti GoFundMe yakaitirwa vhaya bato ravo here kana kuti bato raChamisa.
Ndambongwa panotaurwa GoFundMe yezanu, pandohwa panotaurwa zvemaGoFundMe nemari nemaskemisha.
Ini ndinonzwa imi vanhu vezanu, ini ndinonzwa imi vanhu vezanu, ndimi munotaura GoFundMe yekwaChamisa.
You're trying to say anyone who asks a question of your anything chinachamisa vanhu vezanu. Is that what you're saying?
Cooksman ndewe ZANU-PF.
Cooksman ndewe ZANU here mudhara iwe.
Tasaone. Audit inoitwa mukampani mako. At your request. Listen, audit inoitwa mukampani mako. At your request. Kwete kuti audit yoitwa muDelta neShweps. Shweps ndio inotaura. It's very simple.
Tungoti Cooksman akaita audit recently. Ngatitore Cooksman. Akawana iye kuti pane ma-issues. Munoti kudii nazvo? Akataura
ma-issues aunotaura iwe. Iwe gara kwako.
Alright, ko Freeman chari munhu wezanu here.
Ndati vanhu ivavavo calculate the percentage of 7 million. Mona kuti ari kuda kuti ngatitarisei Zimbabwe yese toti isu tine 17 million kana 15 million. Imuri kutaura Cooksman nachari ipercentage ipi papopulation yeZimbabwe? Who is Chingono? Who is Biti? Who is Biti?
Tendai Biti.
Saka vazi mazimba here naimi iwe weka mudhara ejika meno tunofunga sei. Respect people. No, that's why musingatonge Zimbabwe with that type of mentality hapana kwaunenda.
Kana even mukati even tikaisa kurigwa kwema-election Chamisa anenge akavhoterwa about 3 million people.
It was not even 2 million, less than 2 million.
Whatever. Put it at 500,000. Put it at 500,000. Forget about Urombo.
Urombo
200,000 wavhotera Chamisa. Mu 200,000 imomo here pane vambobva here imomo vachispotaura kuti GoFundMe. And do you really know and understand?
New movement ndipo pamuchatanga akakutsvaga mari tinokuzivai.
Of course, munhu wese anotsvaga mari paanenge aine bato rake. Haangatsvage mari dai maiti imi Chamisa iye zvino ari kuenda achitsvaga mari, ari kutora mari yevanhu. Then toziva kuti itrace yeumbavha
No,
kwete
Chamisa
pamunoda
hauya
panoshupa
achitsvaga mari, anoshandisa
yanani
magroups newe futi wakafitira kushandiswawo kunzi uvhure maspesi uchiti vanhu
for
go
what?
fund me, buy me a coffee, ndo
Vanhu
matangira.
vacho vemaspace ivavo vakashandiswa vakapa mari kuna Chamisa.
Bulletproof kaya yakaenda uko.
Aiwa inzwa go fund me, go fund me, go fund me. Where you do a go fund me kunenge kuine masignatories. Imi kana manga muri masignatories mune right chose yekuti mari yakaenda ku.
Iwe
Because
munhu ari
munombotaura
kudaita
from nowhere.
president of Zimbabwe achitaura kuti Zanu PF must go because vadya mari yedu vari corrupt. Anofanira kutoleader by example. My excuses auri kushandisa yekuti we don't need to know, uri kutokanganisa.
Because anofanira mari ngatiite so. Trabablas yaigarirwa pasi nema-MPs. Ma-MPs, ma-legislator, vamba vati isusu tiri kuauthorize loan ye-88 million. Yaauthorizewa 88 million, though iri legally accepted as the agreement between ourselves and the person ari kuvaka Trabablas. Mutulisi Ncube ozoenda kuma special drawing rights akaappruvwa 2021 ne-IMF onotora 26 million. Atora 26 million haasi kudzokera kuagreement iya inoti 88 regerai tipei deposit, opeya deposit oidhera kuprincipal yomba yauya 114 million, omba ati iye ini ndini chete ndine authority yekudaro. Zvinhu zvabvumiranwa neparliament iye obreacha chibvumiro ndo nyaya
You don't need to remind us about
$100.
Zanu tinotoziva zvairi, right? Nyaya iri panapa ndeyekuti vamwe vanhu vanozviti opposition muri kuvati vanhu vezanu tiudze macharacteristics anoita kuti muvape that label. That's what we're talking about. We don't need you to remind us about what Zanu PF is doing.
Chandinovapa ndicho chandakutaurirai kuti ava vanhu ava havana anovateerera kunze kwaivo naivo chete.
But they are working. Haungati munhu asi student because ari kukonewa. They are working, these people.
Saka Zanu PF.
No, munhu haasi kukonewa because munhu uyu ari kugara.
I have a question for you. Saka Zanu PF iri kukurovai kana strategy ikwanisa kuplanda vanhu vayo opposition vachiwina ma-election vodzoka kuZanu PF. Saka iri kukurovai.
Hazvina kana basa nesu, ngavagare naye sekugara naye kwavari, ngavagare naye Linda, ngavave wavo, ngavagare naye nekutamba naye. Isu hatina basa naye, isu tiri kungokutaurirai kuti ngaarege kunyepa.
Inini ndotofunga kuti Mudharaji uri muzanu iwewe.
Inini ndiri muzanu pakudi.
Ko uri kurambire handiti vamwe uri kuvati vazanu neiwe uri muzanu kazi uri kurambire.
Ndiri pano ndiri
kuzvidefenda. It's very easy to just name everyone. Iwewe utoita unge muzanu iwewe utoshandiswa utori kaka agent kezanu iwewe.
Nezuro ndakaona iwe Bosalani wanga uripo, nezuro akamhanya kwaHulu, ngauye pano pasimba.
Ndiani anomhanya ikoko? Akamhanya ikoko ndiani?
Linda Masarira.
Aiwa saka uri kumudirei pano? Ini ndutaura newe uri kunza zita romwe munhu. Indatiwe uri muzanu iwewe usarambe. Sematauriro ari kuti Linda Masarira muzanu iwewe uri muzanu. I want you to give me evidence inotiratidza kuti hauri muzanu. Prove that you're not Zanu.
Listen. Ini ndiri pano ndiri kutozvidefenda handisi Zanu PF.
Ndoda kukubvunza a question kana if you care to answer. Muri kubvuma here kuti makarowa 10 note pastrategy kana vanhu venyu vamunozonofilda muchiti ma-MP makansela vari vezanu? Saka that means party yenyu haibetsereka.
Rega ndipindurei wataura
havatozive chinonzi munhu wezanu, vanongofungira. That's why vachingofundwa.
Rega ndipindure Bosalani uyo abvunza ini akati Zanu PF ine superior strategy yakurovai ikakutorerai vanhu ikaita vavo. Tikati isusu torai vanhu ivavo ivai navo isitombodzokera kumasure tobuda muchipati chenyu imimi chamakatena mukati triple C chiri Zanu PF. Ndo zvatakaita.
Aiwa but chipati chenyu kausada kutaura kuti chipati chezanu. Saka kutaura kuti Zanu yakangwara kupfuura imika because kana uchiti because mapati enyu sei pati yako yenyu makutanga kuti ndeye Zanu. No, you don't do that.
Listen
carefully. Ndechenyu but makatadza kunatsa kubata pati.
Uyo wekutanga the other guy
makatadza kusecure
ava
yuyu
vaita strategy
makanyepera
vaita
vanhu
strategy
mukati it's secured zvanga zviri
ndati
secured zvinhu izvi
ndati nyatsonditeerera it's secured. Yes, we said so. Ndobva tazoona kuti security yedu yabreachwa. What do you do kana security yako yabreachwa? You reorganize and patch pabreachwa. Ndozvatakaita tikakupai tikati torai
saka how
triple
many parties have been said to be secured and then zvotadza mobva
and
matanga
what does
saka
that
mungori vanhu vanongosiya it's like
what does
imba
that have
yako
to do with
alright
you?
zvafanana kuti imba yako waona kuti tsotsi inongopinda nepahwindo iwe wosecure ipapo wotadza kusiya dhoo rakavhurika wopinda
Aiwa
nepo saka uchangoramba uchingotenga imwe imba uchingodaro uchingodaro
listen, kugadzirisa security yako hakunei nekuti ndatenga imba ndotenga ndakadaro. Iwo problem yako ndei? Isu torai
inini ndataura kuti uri muzanu iwewe
iwewe ndiwe muzanu
ndataura kuti uri muzanu iwewe ndinoda kuti utipe evidence inoprova kuti hauzi muzanu iwewe
unopenga handijoini madoko
ndichipenga sei iwewe ndiri kuti uri muzanu
ukaona munhu asingazivi kuti nzira dzese dzakazara mapothole ogoramba achingosapota izvozvo zvazviri status quo
ndo
kana
matauriro
usingazive
emaspai
kuti
ezanu
vanhu
matauriro
vari
auri kutoita
vanhu
ndo
vari
matauriro
kubhandidzwa.
emaspai ezanu vanenge vachida kuinfiltrata
That's good.
opposition
Inini handiko manje, then get it straight kuti kana kuine maspai ezano anodaro I'm not there. Ukange usingaoni kuti kumamisha hakuchasvikike, munhu ari kungoramba achivhotera ZANU-PF utofu wakaita sei?
Mudhara zvokuti ZANU yakauraya nyika we know that. We all know that.
Mati, sorry, uri kure nemic, I think uri kure nemic.
We are saying Mudhara G, we are saying you default to Trabablus money being stolen. We know that. We all know that. We are questioning your own outfit now, which says it's fighting ZANU. That there are problems, we already know that. That's an established fact. But people are saying, and this is even some people now on social media, I think a good percentage, I would estimate 15% or 20%. They think Chamisa is there to placate the youth so that they don't fight ZANU.
Ndopindura here.
Yeah.
Zvauri kutaura izvozvo ndo language yeZANU-PF. But this time language
Folks, hold on. Folks, can you hold, please? Folks, we've got Gilbert on the line. He's just come back. He's failing to connect to the space. So maybe we'll just briefly maybe get Gilbert to just conclude our conversation with. Hi Gilbert, how are you?
I'm okay, man. Mrs. Kanza, how are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you very much. Yeah, it's great connecting with you, and I'm just hoping maybe we can just do 2 minutes, and then I can let you go. I know you were struggling to connect to the Twitter space.
Sorry, man. Yeah, my phone. I think I'm using an old phone, and I have been trying to connect and come into the space, and my phone is telling me other things. It's telling me I must install A, B, C, D, but look, thank you. I'm here.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, when you left, I was fired with one question. I think it's the biggest question here. People were asking me if I'm correct. Those who are on the space at present. And by the way, can you tag Linda if you can, please, out there? Mesa, can you tag Linda so that she can also be with us, because Gilbert is here. And I think the biggest question here was, look, Simba, what is the evidence that that Linda is ZANU-PF? And I think that is the biggest question. Yeah, shoot here, please.
Thank you. I saw Boss Salani is there.
Yes, that's right. I think that was the biggest question.
I've always liked Boss Salani. She's still listening, Boss Salani.
She's
a
here.
very good political commentator. I always follow her. She knows that, and I don't know if she's aware of that. I always follow her. She's a very good political commentator, though she has her own flaws. I don't know, but she's a very good political commentator.
Right.
I saw her when I was trying to come into the space.
Yeah. So what she's saying is, look, yeah, how can you accuse Linda. And by the way, we don't want to veer off the conversation.
andinombopindira nyaya yaGilbert naLinda, please usandinyepere. Ndimels.
But mataura
handipindire zvinhu zvevanhu tu ndanga ndiripo pavaitana zviya siyana neni.
But mataura kakuti konye, how do you measure someone wokuti mundu wekuZANU-PF?
Yes, eka nditaura uchidaro, but wanga uchida kuita unge ndataura zvimwe zvinhu zvandisina kutaura. Simba usadaro.
Okay, thank you for
I only said I follow you on Twitter. You are a very good political commentator, and I mean you might have your flaws, but I follow you. I don't know if you have noticed. I always like your comments.
But thank you so much for the compliment.
I even follow you. Yes, I do follow you. There was a time when you...
I think it's a small world. Yes, you're right. We follow each other. You're right. Oh, wow.
Yes, there was a time when you had a fight with a guy who was a soldier or something. I can't remember some tweets. He's a soldier or something. And then
baby daddy. Yeah, it's my baby daddy. That one ex. Okay. That's why in this Singapore too.
I know, but I will talk to you via inbox after this conversation. But anyway, let's get this thing done here, Mr. Kanza. What are we here up
to? I think people were just can I say cross-examining your submission today and what you were throwing in over Linda, your response and the like, and so maybe can you confirm once again, maybe just in case you get dropped, can you confirm once again what you said? Yeah, can you confirm what you said to me that what Linda is not telling the truth? This is your claim. You're claiming that she's not telling the truth. That I used you and I paid you. This is what. Yeah. Can you confirm what you said, please? Yes.
No, she's not telling the truth, and I'll repeat again. I'll repeat this even if after I'm dead. Even though I will still repeat the same thing. Even if she were to kill me when I'm dead again after the grave, I'll still repeat the same things. She won't be lying to people. She must not lie to people that she's not ZANU-PF. She is 100%, 110% actually ZANU-PF. She is ZANU-PF. Even if she's listening here now, she can listen to me. I mean, she's ZANU-PF. Look, I've been with her for some time, and I used to be next to her when she's doing things. And I know that she deals with ZANU-PF. And that party for her need to be created. It was created ndiye akatomupa project kuti gadzira party kuti tione kuita madhiri. I know that. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you. I can hear you. Right.
yakatogadzirwa nekuda kwatongai Mnangagwa. Ndiye akatoisa tumari ipapo kuti constitution elite inge iripo. Saka she must not tell people kuti kwanze she's not ZANU-PF. Hello? She's ZANU-PF because she deals with ZANU-PF people. Whatever she's doing in her political career is sponsored by ZANU-PF. And I can start telling you one by one. I can tell you from A, B, C, D. So you can go ahead and ask me any question, and I will tell you what the app is. ZANU-PF app is ZANU-PF. Though I would not want to name mazita mamwe akati wandei. Yes, mamwe mazita kubudisa. Mamwe agara ari mumedia kudara. But pane mamwe andisingari kubudisa because of our relationship. Yatakazongoita mukurarama. Takazongoita yangu mukurarama. Nekuda kwezvakaitika. Wachizondibatsirawo kuti unoziva kuti chii zvinhu zvakaitika zvakadai zvakapa toona muregerera naye and so forth and so forth. But the fact remains the same. She is ZANU-PF. She's 110% ZANU-PF. And she works for ZANU-PF.
Well, You know, this is I've asked her to be a part of this, but quickly I'm going to ask for people then to ask you questions, and then in 2-3 minutes we're going to let you off. And by the way, today, folks,
I will respond to the questions that the people are going to ask me. But
okay.
there's one thing that I want to tell you before they start asking me questions, Mr. Chikanza. There's one thing that I want to clarify. Yeah, I know a lot of people are listening to what I'm saying here right now. Simbalashi, you have never in your whole life give me any money to no. Simbalashi, I knew you, Mr. Chikanza. I've known you through her. I knew you through her, but I am South Africa for some time. I think almost close to a month, 3 weeks to a month. I am worried. I think I told you when you called me the other time when I was in Zimbabwe. I stayed here in the track through a Devin Joburg, kind of Devin Joburg, Bloemfontein, Chichi, Polokwane, I am worried. Whatever dealings, political dealings that she was doing, she was with me, next to me. I mean, you know, so I was not asking you, but I don't lose the egg. No, I was busy focusing on the road. That's a track, road, my police, roadblocks, my robots. So I don't lose the egg. No, it's fine. Okay, I don't lose the egg. I want to teach you and bring you into this political thing so that you can understand my world. And no, it's fine. I mean, no problem. So she taught me to know you. She taught me to understand how you guys work in your political arena. And number phone. She gave me more than 150 numbers. The media, journalists could hear. Keep these numbers. In any case, anything can happen. There is the numbers. You can talk to these people. But the only person, friend young, but I don't know this guy. Mafumo, this media house, Mafumo. But anyway, this guy who this can't remember same Morning Post or something.
Right.
Morning Post. System was when remember ndobva ndatanga kutaurawo why ndasungwa nenda mujeri ndikabva ndakutanga ndasungwa because of ABCD and all, right after that I think tazombotaura newe kawani chete ndikazongobva ndakuti simba ndaita final pana mhomzi yangu aishayika chechi. She wrote an article about that, and it's there on the Zimai. She wrote an article about my mother, my guru wangu. She wrote an article about that. But I'm not going to go. Simba shamwari ma1 apo ndiri kuzambia shamwari ndiri ma1 ndikubatsira ndikati tunaka 50 dollars tumiri padeni ukandipa 1100 kwacha 1,120 kwacha if I'm not mistaken. It was $50. That's the money that you gave me. That's the only money that I've ever received from you, Mr. Chikaze. And believe me, I've never received any money from anyone for doing anything regarding political whatever. I've never been told what to say by anyone ever since I left her or ever since I met her until today. I've never been paid by whatsoever to do anything in my whole life. The only money that I've received in my whole life, Mr. Chikamza, was through truck driving. When I was 16 years old, I spanner boy. I was a spanner boy in Headfoot, professional fair. That's when I've been working. Until today, I get money for what I do. I've never been paid whatsoever by anybody with Badara Mari, Tasakati, Hakuna munhu kurarama kwangu atamo ndudzi zvazvikuita mupfungwa dzangu nditaura chakati I will pay for this. There is nobody, none whatsoever. Yes, I was friends with Job Scala because I knew him. I mean, I grew up in Chitungu. 2 years. I grew up in Bordeaux, basically. And I was in Chitungu in 1999 to 2001. And I met Job Scala in Bordeaux, Chitungu, sorry. And I knew him. He introduced me to Patson Zamara, who became a young brother. But I've never been told what to do by Job Scala. He has never had the guts to tell me. And he said, no, I don't know one. Itachakati wangu wamona vese yangu yesimba ndiri munhu akashata ndine fese inovhundutsa handina munhu anokwanisa kundiudza kuti havangu itachakati taurachakati ndikupe mari there's nothing like that. There's nobody, none whatsoever, who has ever given me money to speak on behalf of them. I just had to clarify on that before people start asking any questions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Right, questions, folks. By the way, at 6:30, we're going to start a Chiwenga versus Tagire session with Sabukum Liswa. So watch out for that. We're going to be starting a session in 30 minutes later. Sakangati Krumidze Equita round down, folks. It's going to be Hi, Anjat.
Hi, I'm back briefly. It was good to listen to our brother there. It's good to hear from the horse's mouth. So, in the name of Zowangu, to him, is it really possible in Zimbabwe to be truly opposition? Is it possible in Zimbabwe to be truly opposition and not the pseudo opposition parties like the one you is it true? Is it possible to be truly opposition and still rub shoulders Zanu PF when you are truly opposition? Because we know what happens to people who are truly opposition. If you want to speak to that, I would really appreciate that, Simba. Thank you.
Simba ndinogonawo here kuansawo ipapo.
Waka, who's the Gilbert?
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Just hold on, Mdarava. Hotitoti, Gilbert. Shall we have Mdara? You want to answer two questions and then you hear two questions, then you answer them at once? Is that okay? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Right. Mdara, go ahead.
No, but then the problem, Simba, is Mdara wants to answer comfort. No, he needs to ask a question. Nai.
Mdara is asking Gilbert.
Tirikubvunzwa ne-opposition. I am opposition. Gilbert anga achitaura nezvalinda kwete nepolitics dzemuzimbabwe. Ataura kuti
hapana Gilbert questions. Hazvina kunzidaira mubvunzo yaComfort.
Yeah, but you see, what we are asking kuti titaurirewo kuti kana munhu akaita heart failure anoita sei kune munhu anenge achingozvifambirawo zvake.
I'll say it one more time. Anyway,
I will answer on that question because toda kuti tifile a gap.
No, Simba. You know what out Gilbert ana time ari pano.
Okay.
Phone inokwanisa kutobreaka tichiteerera answer yaMudhara. No, chitomira ako kana zvakadaro.
Okay, folks, just hold on. We're just trying to have a bit of order so only one person is speaking. Mudhara, do you want to ask Gilbert a question? Or do you want to ask Gilbert the question, Mudhara, or you want to make a contribution?
Thank you very much. I want to make a contribution, sir.
Okay, right. Do you want us to have Gilbert answer first, and then you will come and make the contribution?
Thank you.
Thank you,
Gilbert,
very much. Gilbert, you can answer.
Can I ask my question instead of Mudhara, and then Gilbert can answer our two questions?
Oh, hold on, Gilbert. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh, that was Comfort Dondo. I remember Comfort Dondo. What did he? Okay, I follow her also. I always like a post. I mean, she's always posting about herself and the kids. I always like a post too. I don't know pictures like it, but Twitter, and I always follow and like. I mean, I think she remembers.
Right. Okay. Right. So shoot up. Yeah, shoot, please.
To answer your question, it is not hate from me. I've seen it. In Zimbabwe to have an opposition political party. Why I'm saying this? Because there was a party that was created by Zanu PF in front of me. There was a political party lead that was created by Zanu PF in front of me. Fully created and funded by Zanu PF. Not only lead. Trust me, it was not only lead. Because when they were creating lead, there was a lot of political parties that we remember we were going towards elections. That was in 2000. And Simba, remind me, 2019, 20, 21.
2017, yeah.
20, just before COVID.
Oh, before COVID, yeah.
18, 19, it was towards elections.
Right.
So we really, it was not only lead.
Mm-hmm.
ZANU-PF. There was a lot. And I will not speak for others, but it was not one political party which is lead. But Yandulas was here with lead, not create one is lead Yalinda. It was created by ZANU-PF, by specifically by Tungai Mnangagwa. And he speaks to arrange what Tungai but this is the truth. They used to phone each other. And they reach 11 a.m. 11 p.m. I'm sorry. They used to talk. Map forward the way how to do it. And I mean, I know the people who played in the system to write the constitution of lead. But if you look at constitutional lead, I know ZANU-PF. Was I was part of it. And I always read, though I'm not really educated, I'm not educated actually, but I used to see what was being taken from ZANU-PF constitution and ZANU-PF manifesto and put into lead. So it's not possible in Zimbabwe, Comfort, right now as we speak, to have an opposition political party if you are not aligned to ZANU-PF. So our struggle is very real. It's not because maybe I don't like ZANU-PF, maybe I like it, or maybe I follow it. No, it's not possible to have an opposition in Zimbabwe if you are not aligned to ZANU-PF. So yes, I'm sure Nelson Chamisa is Mafanis. And it's not because I don't like him. No, I was part of him. I was following Nelson Chamisa, even though those days when I was with her, I was in opposition, and she knows that I've always been against Matungiru and Itkwane Baturi Notonga Munika. So it's not possible to form in opposition right now if you are not aligned to ZANU-PF. It's not possible.
Sakatanga join first.
And that's how they operate. You are told what to do in ZANU-PF.
So the way
political party in Zimbabwe, there is no political party in Zimbabwe that is straightforward. Starting from Nelson Chamisa, he himself, he knows, even if he's listening now, he knows that what I'm talking about is true. Remember, Linda was PA when Nelson Chamisa with MTC. Let's go back to MTC. I'm not PA for Nelson. They used to work together. So I mean the script, I don't go reading the imaging. How do you say MTC to see that they're together? Gutu is a very good man. So yeah, of course, I don't know people how they take him, but he's a good man. Good man. Script.
Anjadzi saka anafadzima here vese opposition here ndatoone confusion yemhando yepamusoro.
I don't want to speak of things that I've never seen because in Fadzai we have never come close contact. And it's not because Fadzai no, Alinda, they don't get along. They've never gotten along. They don't get along, Alinda. Only once when Paragenda court, answer Zangu the Guru Alinda, and but maybe assuming another names what you are married to Scaler. I'm going here and doing the fighting. Right over my
Ndambozvitaura kuti network here. Inini, I think God is in me, man. Kuti God is in it.
Koma Simba tipewo kamukana titaurewo.
Sure. Tiri kukupai. Vanenge vakatirwa internet.
For the first time,
right.
And I've never spoken neither Really say
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about and Fazai she does not like Fazai too. I don't know why, and I've never questioned. Seems now we run Fazai, but they don't see eye to eye. But what I know is she is fully Zanu PF 110%. I mean, if not 200%, she is. Maria si Anurama, Zanu PF. Account in Zanu PF. I don't know if I can remember. Mr. Machach. I don't know, most of you does not know him. Mr. Machach and who account in Zanu PF and who are Mugusa Manu, Linda. Through Comrade Mangwana. Comrade Mangwana, Comrade Paul Mangwana. No one to is a signature with Linda Chagat. Marigabu, you would have Machach. So, my fun is this time that you Zagawan, Visaba, Star and the opposition, because I need to Taurashaka. So, I don't sanitize because in the Kazu Batra and India have never been paid by anybody. She knows that. She knows fully well that has never been paid by anybody. She knows where my money comes from. She knows with my I get paid from.
But Mkoma Gilbert, it sounds like my Joe Maria Zanu.
Is only about 1,100 euros. Sometimes we want 700 euros. Price was not malud. So I go 10,000 euros in Norway. And because we all need money. You know what I'm going to I'm beyond shower and cook, shower and cook, Maria Buddha. And Garambika with Madam Marigai, Naramba. And Garamba, yes, I did have a chunk of.
All right, zvino zvamakadyo mari yezano pane payaikuudzai kuti moita sei mubedroom nayo here kana kuti ingori mari yekupiwa kuti murarame. Can we say kuti money has got party lines yekuti inobva yakustipulate kuti ndakupa mari saka ita zvandinoda, kana kuti we have a situation in Zimbabwe where most people vane mari vari affiliated nezano. How many people are in opposition vane mari yekuti vangadai vakakupai imimi na Linda muchiri mese? It doesn't sound like they even had the money for themselves. So isn't that a reason perhaps why it then looks like Zanu Zanu, because if you want to look at it. And also, when we talk about when money is given to people, does that then mean kuti toti a musician, for instance, unemuna muzano okupa an idea for my lyrics, zvakureva kuti song yawaimba ndeyake here kana kuti inenge iri yako? At what point does it stop, the buck stop pakungopiwa mari yekuti ungotanga something? Yes, unogona upiwa my ideas. I know of people vakapiwa mari nevanhu veopposition chaivo vanhu vezanu vachipiwa mari yeopposition kuita start up a business. Does it mean that that business belongs to the other person? I think there's a thin line.
Right, folks, while we're here, right, let me cut you briefly. Don't forget to subscribe to the Mliswa program, which is about to start, by the way, now 1:30. It will be starting circa new one, totally new space. It will be also a broadcast. So I've put a link here. Pana papa click that so that you subscribe. There are only 40 people there. When we start, we're not going to inform anyone. It's important for people to attend to that one. That one is a major one. It's a Chiwenga versus Tagwire session. And I think it's important to hear my insights. Asabugu. Right. Go ahead, Gilbert.
Okay. And
Salani, yeah.
Okay, Salani, thank you. Salani, for example, I'm just going to answer you in a few minutes. Ukandipa $200 nasi Robert Omari ndinoda kuti ndito chakati kuAfrica ikoko ndobva ndakuitira mari yeshe vayapera ndisema ndava kuti mangwana ndokuzoshandisa president chacha but uona chinhu chazvina kudi pasara pakadai panoda kuti imwe mari apo uchawedzera mari painotanga panotanga kubuda mari Bosalani panobuda mari ndinoita effort yekuti ndirambe ndichiita kuti mari irambe ichibuda, but it does not automatically means that chinhu chacho ndechako chandiri kuita, ndakutora chinhu changu. Asi panobuda mari chinhu chacho automatically becomes, because iwewe ndori kusponsor chandiri kuita. I don't know if I've answered you here or unazondinzwisisa.
Saka tiri kuti haizi criminal offense ka yekuti munhu akapiwa mari nemazita amataura, hazvireve kuti chinhu ndechavo, right? Zvinongoreva because Linda has never made a secret yekuti anonida mari and anonida ma-sponsors. She's always made that very open to people. So I don't think it then means kuti ende futi pamataura nyaya yekuti mukatarisa the way the political party was created or the ideas that came through. Nditori nevanhu shamwari dzangu anenge ana taxi driver muzanu, but anoti pamwe ma-great ideas ekuti ndinotoincorporata muzvandiri kuvaka, but hazvireve kuti business nderake ka. Do you understand what I mean?
Let me catch you there. You know, according to the electoral laws, if we're following the electoral laws, my elections, if you are positioning your party to run for a presidency, it is actually illegal. I'm not sure what our constitution says, but I've been reading the constitution in Malawi because I'm following that. I'm following that right now. Because their constitution says it is not allowable for any part of the state. So I would take Tongai Mnangagwa is part of the state. It's not allowable for any.
Why? Because Zane Senem Yaguti Mnangagwa.
No, my Mnangagwa is the first lady. She's part of the state, right? It's not allowed. It's illegal for any part of the state to support a candidate. But if Linda was getting donations,
part of no comfort. Zvakureva kuti vana vama-presidents or ministers. That's not it. Unless kana vatopiwa chigaro chekuti minister or deputy minister.
But vedu president vedu vane chigaro. Katongai chigaro chake amandizoti chi. Asma Mnangagwa is part of the state. She's our first lady.
But avazika first lady vakapa Linda Mari. Mwana we family.
But I heard that our first lady was part of it.
But unaweza panda taura hapa salani. Unaweza ndatini mari tubaye Mnangagwa. Buda kuna Zanu PF accountant, which is Mr. Machacha.
Right.
Accountant of Zanu PF. Buda mari Linda.
Saka I'm guessing Kuti, you've got evidence of this.
Accountant.
Mkoma, do you have evidence of this? Because Panofana Pane paper trail.
We are now talking of things that happened when I was still there. That is 2019.
Right, but quickly, just to follow through, folks. We need to end in 5 minutes. Okay, we need to round down here. So I'm asking that whoever wants to ask a question. I think Dobbs is coming.
Yeah.
But
I have
folks,
a quick one.
yeah, before you do, hold on. Before you do, Gilbert, you said something about a party being started, right? And for a purpose, the opposition and many opposition parties being started by Zanu PF, and also that opposition parties would not survive. And you made another statement that my mind sort of has lost track of, but you said what you said seems to connect. It seems to suggest the day when Linda came up on video at Motlante Commission and she was testifying as an opposition person over her own recollection of the 1 August crackdowns and the like. And then after that, she also came up to talk about other accusations relating to dissidents being trained in Zambia. Number 2, dissidents being trained in Serbia, where I eventually went, by the way, and I struggled to find any dissident there. But tell me, are you suggesting that was actually Linda operating as a Zanu PF opposition?
I mean, she was lying. She was being told on what to say. They actually really discuss these things. That scientific commission. They discussed. I was not there. but she told me. But I was not there. I was in South Africa. But she told me that they discuss these things before they go to those high-profile meetings. I mean, they do. They do discuss those things. Basically,
Simba, I have a quick question.
specific these things
Okay,
before.
right.
I have a
Okay,
quick
thank you.
question.
Okay, thank you. Let's get the next. There's someone
Yeah,
wants to ask a question. I think it's taxi
yeah.
driver. I
Let me
thought it
ask.
was Jobs. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
no, it's me.
Jobs. Yeah, taxi. Be quick. Yeah.
I like. Yeah, I'm very, very quick. I like to ask what people are not saying because that's very interesting. Here, Gilbert, why now? Why is he telling us now? Why now? What is what's triggering this wanting to tell us? Why now?
Okay, Mr. Taxi Driver, what's your name? Don't Gilbert Kariza. Who runs an impress one?
Don't the taxi driver.
No, your name.
Don't taxi driver. Ndo ndakapuwa.
Anototya kutoritaura ndizvavanetsa vanezano.
Aiwa, akutovanda mubvunzo.
Anotya kuti tinoswera tadhila naye
Akuvanda kudaira chimbomira salani. Akuvanda kudaira musarega munhu achipunyuka mubvunzo.
Taxi driver, question is very
Ndiri hanzvadzi yalinda, ndiri hanzvadzi yalinda, don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Anobva kwamasarira kwamudzami. Anobva kwamasarira kwamudzami. Anobva kwamasarira kwamudzami kwane govami. Saka ndomuziya, don't worry. Ndokumusha kwake. Why now? Why are you telling us this?
Oh, thank you. You've not been following. Ndakakufonera kudhara. Ini handifonera vanhu kuti ndibvunze mibvunzo. Ndinotofonera kunzi chamari. Tinyaya yakadai yaitika. Mwoyo wako ari kuti chakati zviri kuenda papinda zita rako. Ndoerepa. Pasina zita rangu kamuzwa ndichitaurira nayi taxi driver. Ndafonerwa ndikanzi chamari. Nezuva pakaitwa discussion. Pakabuda zita rako rikunzi iwewe waishandiswa nasimba rashe chikanza. Saka, you need to come and clarify if you have been used by Simba's cousin. I said, no, it's fine. I can come up and speak about it. That is why I'm here. I don't speak randomly to things that I'm not asked or things that I am not aware of. I was not there. I'm always on Twitter watching what's happening, but I don't interfere in any Zimbabwean political issues. Of course, I retweet things. I retweet Rwanda, Zimbabwe, Ukraine, USA, but I don't comment. I comment during CCC time. My elections. In support of Nelson Chamisa. Well, to answer your question, why now outdoors? I'm not telling you. You guys, you came to me to ask if I am or I was being sponsored by Simba. That is why I'm here to clarify. No, I have never been sponsored by anybody in my whole life. 1982, 9 March until today, I've never been sponsored by everybody, by anybody until today. So, why now? What not? Why are you telling us? I'm not telling you. I'm answering to things that you guys are asking me. Because I don't write anything regarding to what happened when I was with her. But if you come to me and ask me, and basically if she puts my name in her discussions, I will come and clear my name. That is what I'm doing here. I just came to clear my name. But I have never been sponsored by anybody. I don't know if I've answered you correctly. I'm going to taxi driving.
Right, okay. Who's last here? Oh, OT chingovunzai munoneta 30 seconds OT because takuvhara chirongwa tiramboenda kwamuliswa na tagurei versus Chiwenga yakuda kutanga maimanje, so just now in 8 minutes. Right, OT 30 seconds.
Okay, mine is a quick
30
question.
seconds.
Thank you. It's a quick question. Can you hear me?
Very much, yeah.
Okay, it's a quick question. It's just a follow-up from the question that I put when I comfort. And when he answered the question, the first thing he said was, "Inini ndokutaura zvekuti Linda party yake yakaforma in front of me." So okay, he knows all that. but akati mamwe maparty ese haaziye. But then now he went ahead and started talking about all the opposition parties ndeve Zanu. So that's a clarification. Mune umbowo here hwacho hwekuti vanoshanda neZanu or cause mazano taakuda zvinhu zvine umbowo zvekungoti vanhu vanongotudza kuti this one is working with that one, you know. Mukuti kanganisa, this is our future. So please, kana mune umbowo tudzeo. Thank you.
Yeah, I think let's end with that one.
Simba,
Let's end with that one.
Simba, if we can, I really, my heart would break. I'm seeing Brother Zamai, Tapiwa, they've been here for a long.
Oh my God! Oh my
Sorry,
God!
I was multitasking, so I didn't see you. Sorry about that.
But you wakanyarara, but we need to cross over.
Yeah. Can we condense their questions, please?
Zamai,
Can we
yeah,
condense their
Zamai,
questions?
just shoot ingorova ika 30 seconds or so, because toda kuenda timomhanya kwana tabvire na chiwengo.
Okay, Mpoma Simba. Thank you guys. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, look, hello, I've spoken about all these things from the start of this conversation. I've spoken about everything that she was asking. Just 10 seconds.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, but hold on, Ningi Gilbert. Let's hear from this gentleman who once asked Shoot, Zamai. Make it short and sharp.
Yes.
And
okay,
Tapiwa,
thank you very
Simba,
much.
and Tapiwa.
Okay. Ndongoda kungowedzera mubvunzo wabvunzwa na achangobva kubvunza kungoti zvinhu zviri kuitika izvi hama yangu ex waLinda dzimwe inhema. I know Zanu used everything possible, information yakazara hatingaiwani because Zanu uses nhema and inotenga vanhu. That's very true. Tinoagreeya nezvimwe zvamunotaura, but ndoona sekunge zvimwe zvamuri kutaura umbowo zvinenge zvisina, nekuti it's a shrewd way. Zvingori zvinhu zvingori chaotic, and then now yekuti all opposition on that one. I don't think we have proof beyond doubt. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay.
Basically, vanhu vari triggered nekuti Mati Chamisa there's a possibility yekuti muZanu agent. That's where they're coming from.
I'm not sure if that's.
Yeah, Simba, go ahead. I want to make sure Tapiwa puts his question.
Siyana inaye Chamisa.
Chamisa are linked to Zanu PF. Pane mukana wekuti Chamisa are linked to Zanu PF.
Siyana ina Chamisa.
Zanu PF.
Taurai Mnangagwa, Siyana ina Chamisa.
No, can we have proof, Mdaramira? Can we have proof? Tipewa proof, because that's the only thing that you guys keep saying.
But Ochi, tipe proof yekuti Chamisa kawina election.
That's an anti issue. Can I also know Zagomesalani? Then I can help you.
Iwe, the whole world Japan pazvakazviona, saka I'm not the only one.
Guys, I'm gonna put us to order, please. I would like to hear from Koma Tapiwa. Koma Tapiwa, please shoot if you're still here with your final question.
As I've said before, that I was with Linda for some time, and then I've seen how she does it, dealings and who she deals with. So I don't know the proof I'm going to I don't know, but if you want to do that, I will try and do that. I will risk my life.
Like folks, we're now speaking.
We're talking about 5 years ago.
Folks, thank you so much. This has been a session. Unfortunately, people came late. And we really have to end. Tapiwa, I don't know if I can give you 30 seconds. Just say something, ask Gilbert, but we really have to shut. We're going to switch to our Tagwire versus Chiwenga.
Sorry, your space, is it like this or what? Where
yes,
we
it's
can
gonna,
listen and join as speakers?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
There's a link. Join na ipana papa. Ita you click ipana link ipana.
All right.
All right.
You not easy, my sister. You know me now.
Right. Okay. So it's going to be a space. It's also going to be a video. So I'll be talking to Sabuku Muliswa. As you know, Sabuku Muliswa has been someone who has been interesting since since the Lacoste days. No, since the Gamma Talks days, actually. And then, so, yeah. Tapiwa, 30 seconds, tichivara. Tapiwa, kutunguita conclusion, yo. Tapiwa. Tapiwa, uningo uri somewhere else, yo. Takuvara chirunga. Takuenda kona tagwire.
Right, thank you, folks.
Tapiwa is takuvara chirunga. Ngatichingai kwatagwirei, ngativharai chirongwa, ngativharai. Thank you very much, folks. Takuvhara, takuenda kwatagwirei. Tagwirei versus Chiwenga versus Tagwirei with the Sabukum Liswa. Cheers, folks. We're ending. Thank you, Gilbert. Much appreciated, and thank you for the time, folks. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mr. Chikaza, thank you so much.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. This is your News Network Zimai.
Okay, all right.